welcome once again to the RPG Exploration Society, brought to you by Saving Throw Show.
Yay!
We're glad you could join us. And tonight we're going to be playing a Fantasy Flight game called Grimm, Grimm. Grimm is a game where all of your players take the roles of young children who are lost in the Grimmlands, which are based off of the spooky, ooky Grimm's fairy tales, nursery rhymes gone wrong, Alice in Wonderland, anything like that. And everything is a little bit twisted, a little bit different than you probably remember them from the stories you grew up with. And for the most part, the kids are trying to find their way out of those areas. This is a game that I came across a little while ago. This is actually the first time I've ever played it, GMing it. All of my players here, this is the first time they've ever played the game as well. So we're going to try and go ahead and give it our best shot at taking a little romp through the Grimmlands. Quick note about how the mechanics of the game work. It is a very easy system in terms of dice. You only use a d6, and it's what they call the linear d6 system, which means that when you roll a d6, if you get a 6, you go up a grade on how you perform. If you roll a 1, you go down a grade on how you perform. If you continue to roll 6s or 1s, you continue to go up or down appropriately based on the number. The conceit of the game is that since everything is based off of being a school child, everything is referred to as grades. So characters start as what are called 3rd grade characters. I've bumped everybody up to a 4th grade character. Your overall grade is determines how many wounds you can take, how much damage you can do, and it also determines kind of a baseline for a lot of your different abilities. Then each character also has a set of core abilities, which are going to include things like Cool, which is sort of the mechanic you use for all social interactions. It's going to have Pluck, which is basically courage and being able to speak up. Imagination, which kind of speaks for itself, but has a special role to play in the Grimmlands. Luck, the thing that we all wish we had more of the good end and less of the bad. And Muscle, which reflects not just your strength, but also your endurance. Those are what are called your core traits. The next set of traits that everyone has are called playground traits. And these are Hide, as it sounds. Seek, same thing. Scamper, which is essentially all of your movement, running, jumping, climbing trees, swimming in a river. Scrap, which is all sorts of fighting and brawling. And then Throw, also self-explanatory. Lastly, there's a group of what are called study traits. Study traits reflect everything that you can learn to do, not necessarily that you were born with, and the things that kids, for the most part, didn't want to learn to do because they're boring. So those include 4-H, which is sort of anything about the natural world on a long-term scale. So if you wanted to take care of a cow or run a farm, you'd use 4-H. Book learning, which is all of your academic subjects all rolled into one. Boy Scouts, which is kind of your wilderness survival or short-term interacting with nature. Country Club, which is everything that involves any kind of society, etiquette, manners, riding horses, anything that the nobility might do. Gaming, which refers mainly to things like role-playing games, but also to video games, and it kind of translates to your knowledge of the Grimmlands, kind of a role against a cult. Last 3 are home economics, which are anything that relates to chores or everyday things that you have to accomplish. Industrial arts, which covers all of your crafting skills. And then juvie. And juvie is all of your pickpocketing, sneaking, picking locks, all that sort of fun, thiefy type stuff. Each of the players has a grade in each one of those. If they have a slash, which some of you do on some of your abilities in the study traits, that means that they have no real chance of success at doing any of those. They're operating at what's called a kindergarten level.
Yes.
So they just are no good at that unless someone helps them, or unless they get really lucky with a die roll, or the story demands that they're going to be able to do it anyway. But for everything else, they have a number. Because of the grade level of the kids, everyone's going to have a grade in anything from 1st grade all the way up to 5th grade, because you can have a grade level in a skill or trait that is 1 or 2 above what your actual default base level is for everything.
I'm in the AP classes.
There you go. In essence, what that means is that number reflects sort of a target number that you always hit. So if a thing would call for you to be operating at a 3rd grade level and you have it at a 3, we might roll just to see if you're having a really bad day or a really good day and do a great job, or we might just go, sure, you can do that, it's no big deal. And like I said, every time you roll that D6, a 6 means you go up a grade level for something, a 1 means you go down a grade level for something.
Is that just for that check, or does that
for that check,
okay.
just for that one check. So it's possible for someone who is completely untrained to somehow stumble into making chicken cordon bleu.
Okay.
It's not likely, but it's possible on that sort of example. The other thing about the linear dice mechanic is that once you go up or down a step, you can no longer go down or up a step depending on which way you're going. So once you go up on that 6, a 1 to 5 means nothing else happens. A 6 means you go up another grade level. And the same thing going when you step down. It'll make a lot more sense once we roll a couple dice and sort of get through a couple of examples
but per
of that.
check, you can only get better, or you can only get worse when it comes to 1s
Exactly.
and 6s.
Once you've hit a check, once your dice have exploded one way or the other, you can only keep going that direction.
Perfect.
Correct. Now, for the most part, you really only need 1 die for this game. There are a couple of situations where someone might have 2. They might have a bonus to a stat, or because this is all about being a child and playing together as a group, you can assist a friend when you work together in the playground, and I wrote those up here just real quick. When you spend a turn assisting somebody, you give them your die. You don't get to do anything else that turn except help them with what they're doing. And when that happens, they get to roll both dice, and any 6s will go up, but they only go down if both dice come up as a 1, or if you're rolling multiple dice, if they all come up as a 1. So when someone helps you, it's a lot easier to do better and a lot harder to do worse on those 2 things. The other things that can happen are you can spend extra time to take an action, which is called focusing. And whenever you focus, it lowers the boost number that you need by 1. So you started out at that 6. If you spend a turn concentrating on doing something, you go to a 5 or a 6. Then turn after that, you can go to 4, 5, or 6. So by spending extra time, you can make sure that you can get something done. It's just going to take a while, and you may not be able to do it when you get, when you're in combat or something exciting is going on. Those are the basic mechanics. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce everybody on the table here and see what they're going to do. Kelsey, if you could go ahead and tell us who your character is, what your character's name is, because we forgot to tell you need to name your character.
It's all right. It's all up in here.
Okay, and then also what archetype you are playing today.
All right. So, hey guys, I'm Kelsey Osborne, and I'm going to be playing Penelope tonight. She's a nerd.
All right. And frankly, we could have done a thing that was all nerds for the game, but I decided that we'd give a sort of more broad base for the players. So, Mac, you want to go ahead?
Hey, I'm Mac, and I am playing the outcast Greta Grindel, because alliteration is fun.
I agree.
And moving over here to Jack.
Hi, I'm Jack Kelly. I am playing Tony Mazzerno, and he is a bully.
Oh, no.
So you two are going to be bouncing off each other. That'll be fun.
It'll be fun.
I'm just going to watch from the sidelines.
It's okay, because we love.
I love
We
you.
love.
The cast, or rather the archetypes for Grimm also include such things as the jock, the popular kid, and the normal kid, and the dreamer, none of which we have in this party today. And they also, of course, have various specialties. Bullies are probably better at beating up other kids and maybe taking a hit in a fight. Outcasts are, on the outside, on the outskirts, and they don't really like to attract a lot of attention to themselves. And then also we have the nerds who, if you're watching this, you probably have a good idea of what a nerd is.
Maybe.
But on the off chance you don't, they're the kids who always studied and threw off the curve.
Yeah. Sorry.
But with that in mind, I think we're about ready to get started, unless anyone else had any other questions for me. Then I'll answer as best as I can.
Let's happen it.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's happen it.
All right. Well, we are not a bunch of adults sitting around a table here in a studio bringing this to you. Instead, we're a group of school kids that have all gotten on the bus. You were picked up at home, you got on the bus, and you went ahead and you sat down where?
In the front.
Right.
I like
right
to
behind
talk to the bus driver.
Right, of course. Right, I got to change up this route so this kid doesn't get to sit in the front all the time. Yes, but that's great. And then we go over and we come over to Greta's house.
And the bus driver almost goes by because Greta's standing out on the sidewalk, but it was like, oh, that's right. There's a kid there that I have to pick
right,
up.
I forgot.
And she just kind of like shrugs her backpack on a little further and climbs on the bus and goes straight for the back corner.
All right. And then we drive another couple blocks and we come around the corner and we get to Tony's house. The bus driver stops.
Tony piles on with like all the other kids from the big apartment complex, and I get onto the bus, and I immediately go to the back.
Great.
Excuse you, you're in my seat. Move, get out.
I just like kind of shuffle further into the corner.
And I sit and I collapse into the small half seat that's often in the back of the bus.
Right.
Because I like the full seat, but since she won't move.
Trapping her in there?
Yeah, I don't want to get suspended from taking the bus again.
Right.
I take out my drawing pad. I'm just sitting there just drawing, not even looking away from it for a second.
All right, kids. Okay, come on. Let's get on the road here. And the bus gets in gear and it starts driving over towards the school. Everything. Hey, thank you, Bandana Man, for the donation. I will keep an eye out for what that is. I'm terrified.
Yeah, me too.
However, we're on the bus. We're headed towards school. You're talking to the bus driver, and I'm sure telling about all the neat things that you've learned today, and he's just shaking his head and going,
Yeah.
and you're making little notes in your sketchbook and trying to squeeze yourself as far into the wheel well as you can. On the back of the
like
bus.
if I could meld into the side of the bus, I would be doing that. Fused.
All right. And Tony, are you being loud and boisterous and, talking about how you're going to pound these nerds after school?
Yes, and I also have my headphones around my neck at full volume.
Oh, right.
Playing
yeah.
from my hand-me-down Zune. Playing like punk music.
Great.
Yes.
Okay. So fantastic. So everyone is a little bit irritated on edge.
Yes.
With that, but no one wants to say anything because you'll knock their teeth in.
Yes, I can also just throw the Zune at them.
Right.
Which would cause a concussion.
Now, also remember that, and I apologize,
get
I did not set
suspended
up
from the bus
exactly
again.
with the ages of everyone, but all of our players are the tender, lovely age of 8 years old. As you remember that flower of childhood when everything was just starting to be scary and confusing, but you were still getting everything taken care of for you by your adults. All right. First thing that we're going to go ahead and take care of here is that Bandana Man has provided 2 reroll packs for the table.
Ooh, nice.
wow.
Thank you,
So,
Bandana
1, 2, 3,
Man.
4, 5, 6. Go ahead. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't get to keep any of these. I think I really wanted to, but that's okay. Because I'm going to cheat with my die rolls anyway. Just kidding.
That's what the screen is for.
No. It's hold all of my copious notes.
Okay,
This is a very deeply plotted adventure
right.
we're going to go on to tonight. And then there's another thing that was unlocked as well, which I will reveal as soon as it becomes appropriate. Now is not quite the time for that to come into play, but thank you very much, Bandana Man. All right. Yeah, you guys all pull up to the school, and all the kids start trooping out of the bus, and kids are just pushing right past you, and they're pushing, and you don't want to be impolite, and you're still trying to actually tell the bus driver about that species of exotic fish that they just discovered.
Found it.
I know, and yeah, it's great.
It's
great,
amazing.
kid.
It's amazing discovery. We don't even know how
Yeah.
many other creatures could be in
Uh-huh.
the ocean. It's so big. You
Yeah,
know,
it's-
we've only explored like 40%
You're
of
right.
it or something.
You're right. Okay.
And it just
how
goes
many more
on,
kids are
like
there
it
on my
goes
bus
really,
here?
really deep.
Okay.
There could be animals
Yeah,
down
okay.
there, and like there's cold water and there's warm water,
Yeah,
and there's
yeah,
fresh
yeah.
water and there's
You know,
salt water.
I-
I mean,
I-
who knows how many
I bet
animals?
I bet your teacher really would want to hear about that a lot more. I gotta go get the bus cleaned, and you kids are the last 3 on the bus here. So
Oh,
why
sure
don't you
thing,
go
Mr.
ahead
G.
and hop on off? So you all sort of move to the door as the last 3, and you step off, and your foot, instead of falling directly onto the pavement as you would normally expect, finds nothing, and you start falling through the air.
Ah!
So you start screaming.
I just clutch my notebook tighter.
Okay, to make sure you
Not
don't
sure
lose
what to
that.
do.
Oh, there's a lot of yelling happening.
Okay,
I just
Great.
can't do it.
sure. And these are 8-year-olds, so it less on the order of expletives and more on the order of second-rate expletives.
Yes. Yes, very much so.
All right. After just a few feet, you fall down into the mud, and you look around, and it is not your school. The sky is dark and stormy. You're kind of in like some grass and some mud, and there's a giant raging river in front of you, storm-tossed, just white caps, like the most crazy river that you have seen. Not like a simple thing that you would want to get over, but just it's crazy. In front of you there is a giant stone bridge. It looks kind of decrepit, but it's still standing there. It's like nothing you've ever seen before. Actually, it is like something that you've seen before. It looks kind of like the old pictures of London town.
Oh.
But that's impossible.
This is all very fascinating. I'm seeing familiar architecture here, but where in the world are we and how did we get here? There has to be a
This is
logical
like being sent to
explanation.
camp again.
I'm Penelope, by the way.
I don't care. This is the worst. Where are we? I mean, like, on the one hand, like, it's fine. I don't really want to go to school anyway, but, like,
Oh, I do. I was actually really looking forward to today.
no one cares. Ugh.
Right.
I'd rather be at home playing video games, but no, I'm gonna be here.
I'm Penelope.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Nobody talks to me.
Oh. Well, I am. What's your name?
Greta?
Greta. Okay. Hi, Greta. Well.
That's a bad sound.
Behind you,
That's a bad sound.
spinning around, there is a very dark, ugly forest. Twisted trees, impenetrable brush along it, and you do hear the sound of some kind of animal, maybe a dog, maybe a wolf, but probably isn't the best idea to stick around here for very much longer.
We should go wherever that sound isn't.
I don't want to know where that sound is. I don't know. I don't want to find out.
So can I make a Boy Scout check to determine the safest direction that we should travel?
Absolutely.
Okay. So I have Boy Scouts grade 4.
All right.
So I just
And
roll my
you
1d6.
have almost all of your badges at this point.
I do.
because-
I've been working really hard.
Right.
Putting
Okay.
in the overtime. Oh no!
All right. So because you didn't roll a 1 or a 6, you are going to operate at a 4th grade level.
Okay.
Based off of your skill. 4th grade level is going to be enough for you to know that that was definitely the sound of a wolf, and that you should probably go anywhere but here. And the only sign of civilization that you've seen is this giant stone bridge in front of you crossing the raging river.
Okay. All right, guys. It's not like I'm an expert or anything. Like, there's no telling how many animals could probably be living in these woods or anything, but that sound is definitely the sound that a wolf makes. And, I mean, I feel like we need to try to find some grown-ups.
I mean,
So
wolves are really
the bridge,
cool.
right? But the bridge, we're going to the bridge.
Yeah, I think we should go to the bridge, you know. I mean, wolves don't build bridges.
I think that's true.
It is true.
I've heard that.
It's just, it is true. They don't.
How would they even do that?
Right.
Okay, so we gotta go across this bridge because as much as I would love to like go see a wolf, like I'd like to see the wolf like at the zoo, like I normally see them.
Yeah, you don't want to meet a wolf in person. It'll disembowel you.
So across the bridge. Across the bridge.
Yeah.
Let's go across the bridge.
You're gonna have to tell me what that word means later. Okay, I'm gonna go first across the bridge.
Okay, you approach the bridge, and as you walk closer to it, it seems like it is getting even bigger, looming up above you, just gray stone towers. And as you get close, you can see that the rocks are kind of crumbling on it, and it does not look like it's in very good repair, but you might be able to get across it, considering that the other option is that you might become lunch for some critter. It's looking better and better.
So I have
Yes.
industrial arts, which you said was like more of like building and stuff. Is there a way to kind of try and assess it and look for what might be the safest areas to step on?
Sure, that's a great
That's
idea.
a good idea.
I can assist you.
You want to do that?
Sure.
And I could.
Correct.
Okay, so I roll
if you,
twos?
so how are you going to assist her?
Because I
I'll take a look at
also have industrial arts.
Okay.
So I can like help you. Are you looking just like on a way to repair it?
No, looking for basically where we can step that's going to be the most secure and not like crumble away under
Okay.
our feet. Make sure it's not cracked and stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna help her like point out which ones.
Okay. What just
that's-
looks the most? Sure.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give her one of your give her your die. Okay. You've got two dice.
Yeah.
So, and I have a 3 in it, and then a 3 and a 5.
Okay.
Here, so
Well, so it doesn't matter. You're not trying to hit like a target number based off of you're operating at a third grade level for the success or failure. If you'd gotten 6 on either of those dice, you would have got a chance to go up and get more information. If you'd gotten 1s on both, you would have gone down, and maybe your path wouldn't be as clear as you thought.
okay.
But based on what you can tell, it does look like there is enough support for you to get across this bridge, even though it was quite big once. But if you stick to the left side, it looks like that's in a little better repair.
To the left.
Yeah, that looks the best.
Okay.
Okay. So who's leading?
I mean, I was probably closest to it because I was doing the assessments, so I'll go
Yeah.
ahead and start across.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a pluck check.
Ooh, because this is scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, so roll that again.
Oh,
That's
but that's okay.
The one doesn't go down,
Okay.
but you did go up a grade. So what grade level?
I
is your
was
pluck check?
at 2, so
So you're operating at third grade level because you're at +3.
um.
Oh no, your skill doesn't change.
Oh, okay.
We're just for this
Okay.
test.
Got it.
You,
Yeah. So
you
it
reached
would.
in. You were able to be a little bit brave
Yeah.
and
So
step
yeah,
onto the
that would
bridge.
take it up to 3.
Okay, so you put your foot on the bridge and it rocks for a moment, but then it holds steady.
Okay.
So you start walking across the bridge. Who's following?
I think I'm following. Yeah, because
Okay.
I was helping her point out stuff, so that would make sense.
Okay, and you're bringing up the rear?
I'll bring it up.
Okay. So if everyone could please give me a seek check.
Okay.
Go first.
4. I was at a 2.
Okay. So grade 2.
Well, I'm at a grade 4.
Okay.
I am at a grade 3.
Okay. You're picking your way carefully across the bridge, eyes down, making sure that everything you step on is going to be very steady. You're kind of concentrating more down below, so you don't see anything. You are watching her do that, but you're also kind of glancing around and you see something that's moving around, maybe up on the top of the bridge.
Okay.
And you see a lady in a white dress who's scrambling all over the edge of the thing. No guidelines, no nothing. It's like she's somehow stuck to the side of the stone. And as you watch, she rips out a piece of the masonry and hurls it down at you.
Do I have time to scream look out to the two in front of me?
Absolutely.
Okay, I have
Okay.
to say, as an adult, that
That's
scares
scary.
me. If I was my 8-year-old self, oh god, we would need to change
Okay.
clothes.
Well, that's okay. You guys are still young enough
Yes.
that is not entirely unlikely. So the way that combat initiative works in this game is really a very free flow system. In essence, we decide whether you guys want to go first or whether you want the other thing to go first. Whichever person decides that they're going to go first describes their actions last. So whoever goes first gets to hear what everyone else is doing ahead of them before they choose what they're going to do.
Okay.
So since there's no surprise round in this particular instance, do you kids want to go first or do you want the lady to go first?
I'd say her throwing the rock was
Was her going
first.
Yeah, I'm kind of feeling that.
I like
She already took her
we get to
turn.
go now.
Okay.
Excuse her.
Well, she hasn't thrown it yet. She's
She's
rearing
just-
back. She's
sure.
about to
Yeah.
do this. This is the dramatic moment that now we zoom in to decide. So you guys think that she's going to throw the rock before you do anything?
Yeah.
So you see this lady rearing back. Whose action is happening last?
Well, I know on my sheet here it says that I'm always targeted last. So, and I was the most focused on the bridge ahead of us, so I feel like I'd probably be the last to...
So what
And
that
if I
means is one of the advantages of being the outcast is because you do tend to be overlooked. People aren't keeping track of you. That extends even to things like monsters. So if there was, say, a random roll where I determine who was going to be attacked, you wouldn't be part of that random roll.
Okay.
So these two will be attacked before you're attacked.
Yeah. As I'm thinking, I'd probably end up going last in that round.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And since I spotted her, I would
So
probably
you
go
haven't
first.
seen it, so I think you're probably the last to act in this round. What are you continuing to do? Or what are you doing?
I mean, probably if I'm the last one to go, I will have seen what's going on with them, and I will probably try and hide.
No, you're actually going to go first.
Okay.
Because, yeah, that's a problem in the system. So either I don't have this right, or the idea is that the person who goes sort of like in reverse initiative order, you describe what you're doing, and then the last person to describe what they're doing is the first person whose action goes through, because they got to see what everyone else was doing and then make their action instead.
Got it.
Saying that it was reverse initiative was helpful.
Okay.
I'd probably still hide.
Okay.
Because that's very high on my skill sheet, so.
Okay. Well, I would think at this point you don't. Yeah, I guess by
'Cause
the
I have
time
to
by the
I have
time
to do
you
something,
act,
yeah.
right? But you're not going to notice until those actions have already occurred.
Okay.
So I would think that you would probably continue to just be walking forward a little bit oblivious because
Okay.
you don't know. You
That's
just
fair
heard
too.
her shout something about look out, but you don't know what. You
Yeah,
know,
maybe it's the
as far as
ground
you
ahead.
know. Yeah, you're just focusing
Okay.
out on there.
You could even say, though, that your character almost just like instinctively scopes out like the best hiding spots.
Probably.
You know, so it's like when that time comes, you'll probably be like already know where you're
Yeah.
gonna jump to hide because it's
Yeah.
just
Well, and she's not used to being noticed anyway.
yeah.
Right.
You,
You
you,
are a little
you
freak
like
because
to
she talked
remain
to
in
you.
cracks and
Yeah.
crevices. Make it stop.
You're like an 8-year-old Ally Sheedy.
Okay. So I think in order, just in sort of the reverse terms of who saw what, why don't you describe what you're doing
Yeah.
first as well? And keep in mind, you don't know anything else at this point yet.
Because all she did was yell,
Right.
right? I mean, I'm like figuring out what she's yelling at. You know, I guess I'm like readying to do what, to hit something.
Okay.
So, because
makes
that's my instinct.
The bully
someone,
instinct.
Someone yells.
Well, you did see something
Yeah.
moving, and then her shout, "Oh my God, look out!" And
Yeah.
you might want to say, "Are you going to try and dodge?"
I think I would
you know,
try to
dodge and duck for cover.
I
Are you
think I
going
would
to
try to
and
dodge.
climb
and,
up the side of the tower to go after it or whatever?
I mean, I think that I would instinctively dodge at first, especially if she's throwing something at us.
Okay.
So,
So you're going to dodge,
yes.
and then what are you going to do?
Can I use some sort of, because I feel like I'm far enough back that maybe I'm not like in imminent danger of her throwing the rock. So is there a skill that I could use maybe in my study traits that I could try to assess the angle that she's holding the
Trajectory.
rock to see like what the trajectory is that she's gonna like throw
Okay,
it
so
onto
you're
the
going to
bridge?
calculate the trajectory
Yeah.
of where the rock is going to land?
Is there like where is she aiming? Like where is she gonna throw this?
You're also assuming that she has human strength.
Yes. I will assume that she
Right.
has human strength. You know,
Right.
variables are important when you're making calculations.
Right. And it must be some sort of trick that she's scampering around the side of
Right.
the bridge without
Yeah.
Needing to hold on.
My
so she's
logical
using both
brain is
hands
just
to-
going to say that doesn't compute, so we're going to analyze the trajectory of this rock that she's
Can you
throwing.
build some sort of rudimentary lathe?
Yeah. Okay. So the fair lady slams this giant piece of masonry down, and it's hurtling towards you.
Of course it is. Because my
But-
Zune is still playing.
Yeah.
Turn it off!
It's especially irritating
It
here
is.
because there's no other city sound, so that Dead Kennedys that's blaring out of your
Yeah.
little speakers.
The
is
wolves
Yeah.
are
going
probably
crazy.
still coming for
Yeah.
us too.
Yeah, my
Spurred on.
my crappy the headphones that came with a Walkman originally, but I haven't been able to upgrade headphones yet.
Yeah, and I think that like the foam is like going on them,
Oh,
so it's a
yeah,
little.
for sure. That's why I
you're,
have
like,
to wear it around my neck.
Right, they're shedding little bits of
So-
foam.
Yeah.
It's like foam dandruff
Yep.
on your shoulders.
Yeah,
Dandruff.
orange foam dandruff.
Yeah.
Based on what you said you're going to do, I realized there was something I should have put on here in
Okay.
terms of that, and it is you're essentially taking sort of an evade action,
Okay.
which means normally what would happen is when someone uses throw on you, the only
Okay.
you have two ways you can try and deal with it. You can
Yes.
either use scamper.
Okay.
I'm sorry, for throwing you can only use scamper.
Okay.
Scamper is you're dodging as well as all your movement and everything like that.
Okay.
Because you're taking really all you're doing is evading. Is you're going to be at a +1 level, a
Okay.
+1 grade level on your scamper check.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So the stone is flying towards you. Go ahead and give me a scamper roll,
Okay.
Scamper out of there.
So
and let me actually see what she does as well, so we can compare.
she's gonna hit me. That's always what happens. My characters are always like the first to go in campaigns.
So it is coming down at you, in essence, at a 4th grade level.
Yeah, I got a 3.
Okay,
Now,
and what's
I
your
have a-
scamper?
Well, you said I have a +1.
Yep.
So it would be a 3rd grade level.
Okay, at a 3rd grade level.
So I have a question. So since I was trying to guess the trajectory, and since Tony is right in front of me, and I was technically before Tony in the initiation order, would the calculation have taken too much of my turn to be able to like grab him and maybe pull him for like an assist?
Well, you can do what's called an intercept.
Okay.
And normally with thrown items, there would only be the option for you to kind of, you'd make a scamper check in order to be able to push them out of the way or dodge it yourself. And if you fail, that means you're putting yourself in the path of the projectile.
Or you could just let it hit me and we could see what happens.
Okay.
And how that works.
Tony is dead. And here's another character sheet.
Fortunately, I have
This
a
other
It's
kid
all right.
also dropped through
Yeah,
just a
so
second
happens.
after us.
His
It,
mom
Oh,
dropped him off
weird.
late
it
at school.
consistently happens every time I play a tank character. I
No, it's
am, I inch out death at the end of every session for some reason. It's a good time.
it's gonna be okay.
Tony,
Um,
Tony was too beautiful for this world.
Also have to remember
Yeah.
they're 8-year-olds, and you got to feel really bad if you're going to kill 8-year-olds.
Do you?
Wait,
Yeah.
I do?
Anakin.
Oh.
You're supposed to.
Oh,
Just fake it.
I should
I
go.
killed
Just
them.
fake it.
All of them.
I should go. Yep. I hate sand.
All right, so you see this giant piece of masonry come streaking down, and it is absolutely going to hit Tony. Tony is like sort of dodge, but like dodge a little bit to the left and then to the right, and like you couldn't judge where it's going to be.
Oh, no.
So, do you want to try and do anything about it?
I don't think that I can do anything about it because
Okay.
let's see, my scamper is really low.
Okay.
You
So
are
if
not
you
a
wanted
rocker.
to, I tell you what we'll do. If you wanted to shout out a 2-word direction to him, we'll give you a book learning. No, you know what? It would be cool because it's a social thing.
I'm not
We'll
very
give you
good
a cool
at that.
check in order to have him understand you and maybe give him some assistance.
Okay. I mean, we can try it, right?
Okay.
It's got to be 2 words, though.
Yeah. So roll a die.
Okay.
Or first tell me what 2 words you're gonna say.
Jump left.
Okay. Jump left.
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay. So
I'm
your
not super cool.
your cool is at a 1st grade level.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds
Like
about right.
many nerds, you have a little bit of problem with the social.
Still do.
What? No. Yeah.
But so you call out, and you hear her say, "Gerard!"
What? Can't hear her over the music.
Dang it! I should have calculated that.
And the rock comes crashing in. Now you were sort of paying attention. You knew something was coming, so you kind of have moved to the side. Clips you over, clips you on the arm rather than crushing
Yeah.
you outright
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah.
What that is going to happen is you're going to go ahead and take a wound.
A wound.
Oh no.
Where do I denote that?
Kind of at
It's the 3rd one down on the left side.
No, it's actually the grade level health. So it's the last one on that list before the big long flaw.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay, there's
Yeah.
wounds up here.
Yeah, that's how many wounds you do when you attack something.
Oh.
Now, the way that damage works in the game is you do a certain number of wounds, and then the size of who and what you are changes the. I take it back. It is going to miss you because I forgot about the statute rules.
Oh.
It changes based on your size and your stature, how hard you are to hit, how much damage you do, how much damage you can soak.
Okay.
And then also whether you're in melee combat or ranged combat. In ranged combat, smaller targets have an advantage, so they get an extra grade step. It's harder to hit something that's smaller than you by a number of steps that it is.
Okay.
This is an adult throwing at a child, so you're going to be at a +1 at a +1 grade on that.
Okay, so I was +2 then
Right.
on it. Okay, so then I was
So
at
you were
4.
at 4.
Yeah.
Right. And then it would have done damage based off of the creature that it is, what it was throwing,
Okay.
and how it hit you. And then you would have soaked a certain amount. Because this is kind of an informal thing, I'm really just doing all of that little calculation in my head. I'm not going to say, oh, it's 5 points at you, but you soak 4, so it's 1, blah, 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 blah. We're not probably going to be playing long enough for anyone to pick up armor or scaly hide or anything weird like that throughout the game, which are all possibilities in the Grimlands. But
Really?
yeah, it's
Interesting.
yeah.
Gear out your 8-year-old.
Much like the Abyss, as you stare into the Grimlands, they also stare into you. change you a little bit. So the masonry comes crashing down to your left.
Terrifying.
You're able to dodge out of the way.
Oh, thank goodness you went left.
You sound like you had marbles in your mouth.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
And the lady cackles and moves like a spider across to another part of the bridge and rips out another chunk of masonry and is going to throw it down at you again. You notice that the giant block that hit the bridge has also sent sort of like a spider web of cracks that are going out, which means it's going to be a little more difficult to find safe spaces to run on this bridge. She doesn't look like she's got any shortage of ammunition here, but we're back.
bridge.
We're back at the beginning of initiative. So, do you guys want to go first, or do you guys want to go second?
We should probably go first. My character is definitely going to go, oh heck, because
Okay.
she's not allowed to say hell. So one time her parents notice
Oh,
her, so she curses, and then otherwise they just ignore her.
It's not worth it.
So I actually have a really high luck as like one of my highest traits. Can I use that to try and like, find a way across, kind of scroll across to somewhere else?
Not exactly, but there's another aspect of the game that we're going to go ahead and cover right now. Everyone also has on their sheet something called an iconic trait. It's under where it says specialty.
Okay.
Yeah.
For 2d6.
Yeah, that's my luck.
And so let me actually cover both of those. Under specialty, there is, or right above specialty, there's something written down there. It might be a group of skills, it might be a single skill, and it's going to tell you that when you use that trait, you're going to roll 2d6 by default, because that's what you already specialize in. It's what you're good at. So, Tony, what's that for you? What's your specialty?
Scrapping, go figure.
Okay. Appropriate for a bully.
Yeah.
Penelope?
Study traits. So does that mean all
So that
study
means
traits?
all of the traits that are in the study
Huge.
I
section.
roll
Nerd.
2d6.
You roll 2d6 rather than 1d6. So I forgot about that. We should have had you roll that when you did your book learning to
Well, now
calculate
we
your
know.
trajectory.
Hide,
Okay. Excellent.
which is what I would like to do.
Okay. Now below that there is something here called the iconic trait. Iconic traits have a little special advantage that they give you, and it's lets you kind of buy automatic successes or extra things that you can use that trait for. You said your iconic trait is luck, or rather I said your iconic trait
Yes.
was luck, since I made these characters on there. What luck will let you do is when you have to make a non-core test, so not the core abilities, but either the study or the playground abilities, and you don't like the grade level that you're functioning at, you can spend your luck attribute in order on a one-to-one basis in order to temporarily boost the grade level of the thing you want to check.
Okay.
So if you wanted to make, say, a scamper test and your scamper wasn't very good, you could use a point of luck in order to raise your scamper for that check.
Okay.
You can do that up to twice per scene.
Okay.
So when you say a point of luck,
So on the sheets, there is a grade and there's a max grade.
yeah.
So for your iconic trait, you want to write your max grade as what it's listed as now, because
Okay.
your grade may lower
Oh, okay.
if you spend for whatever your iconic trait is. Your iconic trait is muscle. Okay. For muscle,
Again, surprise.
yeah. For muscle, you can expend a muscle to ignore your wounds for one scene,
Oh, okay.
because normally wounds have an effect of a -1 on your grade level. So when you get
Okay.
bruised and bloodied and scratched, it's harder for you to keep going. You have the ability to kind of overcome that temporarily to get through a scene.
But boy, you're going to be sore afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can only do it so much because
Yeah.
it does kind of
Oh,
burn,
pulled
burn you
another
up.
muscle.
Okay.
And Penelope, what's your iconic trait?
Imagination.
Imagination. Imagination is the weird one.
Yeah,
Imagination
it is.
lets you spend your imagination points in order to make changes and things happen in the Grimlands, which are a byproduct of the collective imagination of all boys and girls and children and youthful adults everywhere on that. So what's going to happen is if you want to use, I made it imagination?
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't boost the imagination on there at all.
Do we need to?
I think I had intended to. So go ahead and just change that to 4 real quick.
Okay. Will you give me a better eraser? Thank you. You said to 4?
Yeah.
Instead? Okay.
So what imagination might let you do is cause different things to happen in the reality. Your imagination is going to let you affect what happens, situations or things in the Grimlands.
Okay.
Maybe you imagine that you guys all need to go underwater, and you imagine that everyone has a bubble that is around their head and does that. And I will tell you how many imagination points that's going to take.
Okay.
In order to do.
And then that decreases any checks that I would then make thereafter with an imagination check by however many points I decided to spend until the next.
Until you gain imagination back.
Okay.
So it's very powerful, but you only get these things back when you get a chance to rest.
Okay.
Or special things happen in the course of the world.
Okay.
On there, so you don't want to blow it every single combat or every single scene. Because pretty soon you're not going to be able to think of anything, and you're just going to be
I'm going to be all out of ideas.
Tired and wanting
and
to take a nap.
what good is a nerd who's all out of ideas?
Yeah. Well, punching bag, am I right, Tony?
Hey, yeah. Perfect. Perfect.
All right. So where were we?
So
we were
she's
talking about
getting ready to throw another rock.
Yeah.
Right.
She scrambled over to the other side.
Oh, right. And
She
you
picked up
wanted
a rock.
you wanted to use luck.
Well, that's what I was wondering, to try and like find a quicker path to get everybody, across. Because I was really studying everything and looking for the cracks, but now it's just like that blind faith of like, okay, let's do this and like find the right spots to get across.
Okay. You can kind of tell where the good spots are. They're fewer and farther between. You're probably going to need to make scamper checks in order to get over some of the areas of debris or broken concrete. Some of the bridge is starting to move a little bit, not quite together on there.
Okay.
I have a question. So you said that she is like up on a tower thing.
Mm-hmm.
Is it like next to the bridge? Is it part of the bridge?
No, it's part of the bridge. It's kind of like this.
Because I think I have an idea of what you're talking about. It's like the types of like drawbridges where they open. There's like the towers.
Like the support beams for it, sort of.
No, like they're like, this is so Chicagoan of me. There's bridges in Chicago where it's like there's like towers on each side that people would actually, if there were bigger ships, would want to travel down the Chicago River. They would actually drive from tower to tower to lift the bridge up so the ships can go through. And so I'm imagining one of those. I mean, this one would probably be much taller.
It's exactly like that, except that there isn't really a drawbridge in the middle. Okay. So it's kind of like...
More like a slate suspension bridge.
It's kind of like if you have this roadway here, and there's a tower on either side of the road, and then there's like a big, steel suspension part that goes through. So it's... So you've got the road, you've got tower, suspension, tower.
Oh, so it's like the Brooklyn Bridge.
Yes.
Okay. Now I got it. Now I got the visual.
Now we're cooking.
Because I need to know the physical landscape, so I know what I have to do. It's a very specific question.
So to move forward, I would have to do scamper checks, though.
Yeah, you know which way to go. It's just how well you're going to be able to climb over the pieces of debris and the shifting part of the bridge.
Because it's either that or hide, and I think I would be more interested in getting off of this bridge.
Yeah, there isn't really a lot of places to hide here, based on where she's.
I'm really good at hiding.
On where she is. That's true.
So just roll for that then.
Yeah, go ahead and.
So it's starting at a 2.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Okay.
Yeah, good call, good call.
burn them.
Okay,
Okay.
it's a little bit better.
Yeah, but it still comes up as a 2 though, right? Because I didn't
Correct.
roll a 6.
Yep.
All right.
Okay, so you have a scamper check of 2. So you guys watch as she sort of takes off and starts making her way over the bits of debris on the bridge and the shifting things and beams sticking out at weird angles, and it's kind of like a really, really scary jungle gym that she's clambering across. But everywhere that she's stepped so far has seemed to be stable. Nothing has broken out underneath her. She gets about halfway through the bridge.
Okay.
Who wants to go next?
You go next. You're next in line on the bridge.
That's true. Although, are we doing?
It's-
Is this reverse?
Yeah, you guys said you wanted to go first, so you know that she's throwing that stone, but that's not going to
Yeah.
happen until you guys do your movement
Okay. Yeah. I don't.
or your action, whatever.
I
it is.
want to beat her up, but like climbing up there and trying to get to her, and she's like moving all over the place. Like I can't catch her. Like if she came down here, I'd punch her lights out. But I'm gonna follow Greta
Okay.
across the bridge.
All right. So go ahead and also give me a scamper check.
Okay. That is also a 2.
Okay. So that's good enough to follow in her footsteps
Okay.
and get about halfway across the bridge as well.
Okay.
And how about you, Penelope?
Well, my scamper is at a first grade level. I'm not a super athletic person. So.
And I also believe. Oh no, I apologize. Okay.
So I had the thought that I could either make a Boy Scout check to see if that would help me in some way, or I could focus and try to, like Simon Says, like super remember where each of them are stepping, so that then my scamper goes up to a 2.
Okay. Which do you want to do?
Either of those would be possibilities.
Either one of those are possibilities. So you described the second one to me. What would you be using your scout knowledge for?
Yeah, my
How
Boy
how
Scout
would you make that
knowledge.
apply?
I don't know. I'm just gonna focus.
Okay. All right. So
That seems like something Penelope would
so
do.
you two scamper across
It's like
the
a
bridge
puzzle.
and run, and put that all together, and then she's rearing back, and Penelope sits there and like looks
That would be your
exactly where you're
that would
stepping.
be your gaming skill. That would right?
No, it wouldn't be
Or are you
gaming.
using
Wouldn't be
Boy
gaming so
Scouts?
much,
Are
but
you sure? Because she's saying it's like Simon Says.
Yeah.
There's memory
Just
game.
but
focusing,
if
yeah.
you were to,
I'm focusing for scamper though.
yeah,
Right.
Okay.
okay. So she wants to improve
I know
her
I won't
ability
make
to
it.
scamper by watching exactly where your feet go, so that she knows exactly how to make that movement
Okay.
work.
I tend to trip on things a lot. My mom always calls me a klutz.
My dad calls me terrible things too.
Aw.
I just like when my parents talk to me.
We have
Oh.
tragic backstory.
Tragic backstory unlocked.
Yeah.
There's a reason you're an outcast, and there's a reason I'm a bully.
So with a shriek, the lady rears back and throws another chunk of masonry.
Oh, God,
But
she's
she
so
didn't realize
mean.
how fast you were going to be able to move across the bridge. And
Good.
it slams down right next to the other one, right where you had been standing,
Ooh.
which is great in that it completely missed you and missed you and missed you, but not so good in that it is expanding out the cracks and the changes and everything that's happened. So you're not sure if those steps that you notice are
Yeah.
still going to be available because there's a little bit more debris and stuff that's going on there.
Yeah.
All right, we're back initiative. Do you guys want to go first or second?
I think we gotta keep going.
Yeah, we gotta keep going.
Greta is not used to having friends or people that even notice her, so she's just gonna be full steam ahead, getting the hell off of this bridge. I'm sorry, heck. Are my parents listening?
We heard that, young lady! Don't make me get the sound!
They heard me! So, I'm gonna try and scamper some more.
Okay. Now, it's gotten more difficult,
Okay.
so your botch rating on here is going to rise. So a 6 will still be a +1 grade, but a 1 or a 2 will be a -1 grade.
Ooh.
Okay. Now, with the luck thing, do I have to apply it now, or can I, like, roll and then go, this is terrible, and then apply
You
it?
would say ahead of time that hey, I want to use, my scamper is not very good, so I want to use my luck attribute in order to, instead of the scamper attribute.
Okay. I'm thinking that might be a good time to do that.
Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to roll as if your grade was 4.
Okay.
So your grade essentially increases to whatever the rank of your luck is right
Which
now.
is 5.
Oh, I'm sorry, it is 5. Okay. So you're going to scamper at a 5th grade level,
Okay.
but you still have the opportunity, the botch and the success and the boost are remain the same.
Okay.
So if you roll a 6, you'll go up to a 6th grade level. If you roll a 1, you'll go down to a 4th grade level.
Okay.
Okay. So you operate at a 5th grade level.
Okay, and I take down one of these points right
And
now,
then,
too, right?
exactly, you're going to spend one of those luck points.
Okay.
Jack, could you
It's-
bring me water?
It's pretty amazing, guys. Like, wherever she puts her foot, it seems to right itself. Wherever she puts her hand out to swing across, there's a piece of rebar. She's not even looking, but everything is just lining up exactly the way that she needs to.
Ah, panic.
And Greta is off the end of the bridge.
She's flying.
Yeah, I am following. I think I'm gonna do the same thing except with my muscle. I'm gonna use because I have the same scamper level you do. I want off this bridge and away from her because she won't come down here for a fair fight. It's not fair.
Don't sprain anything while you're running across the bridge after me, then.
I hope not. Okay, so then I would be scampering at a 5th grade level then.
Well,
Correct? No.
no, she's used the iconic ability for her is luck, and luck
Yes.
lets her replace one of her other traits with luck for that test.
Okay, muscle.
But yours for muscle,
doesn't.
no. Yours lets you spend muscle in order to ignore a wound that you've taken.
Gotcha.
Temporary, for that scene.
Okay, so I'm just gonna hope and pray that I get off this bridge.
We have some rerolls, too, so...
Yeah. So
That's
you
what I'm
can,
making out.
so you can still make your scamper check. It's
Yeah.
just your chance. It's not so much about the number; it's more about that boost in that box and that botch. Like I'll tell you this: you need to be at a 2nd grade level in order to make it across this. About how this is, your chance to fail that and go down has risen, but
Okay.
your chance to succeed hasn't changed.
Okay, so pray for me that I don't roll 1 or 2. Otherwise,
Well,
I
you
lose
got
the
rerolls.
Perfect.
Oh, good.
Great.
So I have 2nd grade.
So it's not as easy for you. It's like the things that had shifted continued to shift, and they aren't quite there in the same spot when you
Yeah.
get there.
There's just a lot of consistent yelling, just ah,
Right.
as he goes, just terrified.
A lot more crap.
Yeah, no, oh god, and then
he's
like,
cussing.
Now, Penelope, your 2 friends are across the bridge.
Wait, we're friends?
Basically across.
Your 2 compatriots.
The 2 other children who you're going with
Yeah, she doesn't have any friends.
are across the bridge, and you're still at the very beginning.
Yeah.
And there's
I'm
still a
realizing
lady
now
who is
that this
scampering down the tower, and she's heading towards you.
Yeah, I'm the only one here now.
Yeah,
I'm realizing.
yeah.
A little too late. And so I'm thinking maybe I need to use some imagination to get myself across this bridge.
Oh, okay. So what are you thinking?
So I'm thinking that maybe I imagine that all of the books that are in my backpack right now flutter out and pick me up like little birds and help me to not be as heavy so that I don't crack the bridge and to just move a little bit faster so that I can make it all the way across in one turn.
Okay, so you're having sort of like
Nerdy Snow
a
White.
butterfly swarm
Yeah,
that's all
of
grabbing you up,
books.
but they're books.
Right.
They're riffling their pages. I'm trying to think of a good book flying pun, and I just can't think of one right now, and it's driving me nuts. I'm going to wake up at 3 in the morning.
They're
Would I
flying books in
figure it out?
Page Master.
Oh, yeah.
Something like
yeah.
There
that.
has to be.
So you're going to take a page from Page Master. There, I feel a little bit better about that now.
Yeah.
And they're going to help support you while you run across
Yeah,
the
and be just
the
a little
bridge.
faster so that I can hopefully get across in one turn instead of two.
Okay.
Like I still have to do like my scamper check, but now I'm at a 2nd grade level scamper. But I'm also behind a little bit more cracks. So
Yeah,
I want
I-
to make sure
I-
I'm not as heavy, you know.
I feel that's fair. Okay. So go ahead and make a scamper check.
Okay.
Yeah, and aren't you?
How many points of imagination should I spend on this?
You're going to spend 1 point of imagination on that because you're still making a check. It's not an auto win. I'd
Yeah.
charge you more for that. What you're going to do is make two things are going to happen. One, the botch range is going to go back down to a 1 because you're not putting as much weight and stress on the structure.
Okay.
And 2, you can be at a +1 grade on your scamper check. So
Yeah.
you just have
So
to.
I'm
you
a
just have to
3rd grade
not,
scamper.
You just have to not roll a 1.
Okay.
Don't.
But-
We have. Yeah. Because you also have the +1.
Oh
for
right,
the
you're at a
focus.
Because
okay.
I focused.
Right, but that's not your grade level. That's your success level.
Oh, okay.
So you're at a 2 with a success with a boost level of 5 or 6, and a botch level of 1.
Perfect. Okay.
So just don't roll a 1, and you're fine.
Or roll in
I'm
the
doing
box.
a really good job today.
Hey, that's a boost.
Okay. So the time that you took to study exactly how this was going to work and the way that the timbers and the blocks and everything followed and interlocked, and you were able to tell where that was going to be based off of where they put their feet and where they got through, and you sort of map out your little plan, and your books come out and they help you flitter around through there, and you kind of hop from stone to stone to stone, and the fair lady shrieks again and comes scampering down to where you were, and is shouting at you, and she's got like these claws that come out, and long blonde hair, but her face is just twisted in rage, and she's running after you.
Oh,
This is horrifying.
Do you guys want to go first again?
Well, she came down.
Well, I don't want to
So
go
you-
back on
Yeah,
that
but she's
bridge.
on the
Oh,
other
she's
end
on
of the
the
bridge,
bridge?
and you
Yeah.
guys are off.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep running.
I'm gonna hide.
You're gonna hide.
Okay, so Greta, you're going to duck out of sight.
Yep.
So when you get to the other side of the bridge, it's little hilly territory. It's weird. While you were on the bridge, it was like dark and stormy, and you could see the stars. But as soon as you got onto the other side of the bridge, it's daylight, and it's like morning time, and there's sort of little pastoral rolling hills, and there are these little there's sort of these little lumps that look kind of fluffy and comfortable, and it's a very nice kind of calming scene. But you could hide behind one of those. You could run to some of the underbrush if you still wanted to hide. You could.
I'd probably go and hide under the underbrush because I want to be able to see what's going on and figure out what I want to do next. But it will be like so much panic just getting across the bridge that the first instinct would be to hide and like watch and see what's happening.
Okay. So hiding in the underbrush is going to be a 3rd grade check.
Okay, and my it's already at 5 and it's my specialty, so do you want me to still roll for
Roll
it?
2 dice because you could roll
Okay.
ones and go down and go down.
Yeah, that would be fine.
But just as long as you don't roll 2 ones
Yeah.
right now, you're fine.
Lovely.
Great.
Two twos instead.
You quick as a flash, find some underbrush that you can hide under, and then sort of look out and peek. You guys got across the bridge. She took one look back and then ran over to the brush and disappeared. You're not sure where she is.
Well, we're all by ourselves.
I'm down under there sketching out the fair lady.
So she is on one end of the bridge. She's on the opposite end.
Running towards us.
Right. She's where you guys started in essence.
Okay.
Kelsey's about halfway through. I'm sorry. Penelope is about halfway through.
You're about halfway through.
But I'm gonna make it.
Right.
Okay.
I'm gonna make it.
Because I really want. I have a question. So one of my special stuff things is threats, and and so I don't know if that plays similar to like taunting or.
The way threats work are the way that all bullies would tell you the things that they were going to do and how much they were going to hurt you and
Okay.
what a big thing that they were, and kind of paralyze you with fear.
Okay.
So it isn't so much as a taunt as if you win a contested check with them,
Okay.
then they will not. I think I wrote down there. I don't
Yeah,
remember if
it
Oh,
says
right. You're
Yeah.
at a bonus to damage them when you scrap with them. You're a bonus to scrap with them
yeah.
because they're sort of fighting against themselves as well as fighting against you.
Oh, okay, and I'm not scrapping with her right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was just wondering because I had an idea,
Okay.
and I don't think that's gonna happen.
Might not be the right place for it, but
No.
using those skills is good.
No. Can I actually use my turn to assist Penelope and like help point out where we stepped
Absolutely.
from our end?
Absolutely. You could shout out directions to her.
Okay.
Come leaping across with my book fairies.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead and hand her your die.
Or do you want to just roll your 2?
I can just roll these too. And this is for the second half of the bridge? Or did I make it across the whole bridge?
No, you didn't make it across the whole bridge.
Okay.
You made it about halfway through the bridge. And then you were still at... Yeah, just go ahead and don't roll 2 ones.
Okay.
Hey.
In fact, I got a
Fine.
6.
There you go. So re-roll that 6, just see how great you did.
Just a little bit great.
Okay. Fortunately, with Tony's help, you're able to scamper across, find good hand and footholds, and make it across just in front of the fair lady, who, as she gets to the end of the bridge, screams at you from the darkness
I feel like she touched one of my pigtails.
as you cross over. As you cross over into the light and into the morning.
I love that. See, for a second you started saying fair, and I thought you were gonna continue saying fair roll.
She's the feral lady.
Because
No,
fair
no.
is not how I would describe her.
Okay, so you guys have all made it across, and this place is actually. I'm going to use some adult terminology here for a moment. This place is fucked up. You were supposed to go to school today, and man, school sucks. Don't get me wrong. You didn't want to be there in the first
I like
place.
school.
Penelope accepted.
Such a loser.
But instead of going out and doing that normal thing, you suddenly were in the dark and you had to cross this bridge, and this lady was, trying to throw rocks at you and like maybe rip you up and stuff like that. And it was night, and there was this giant raging river. Then you get across the river, and suddenly it's sunny and hills and these comfortable looking cushions to sit on and thing. And you don't know what is going on, but you know that you definitely would rather be at home And that is a tier that we have unlocked, which is called homesickness. And for this next scene, you guys are all going to be at a, did I say it was -1 grade level, or is it just did it just change their botch?
A die face to lose grades.
Okay, so that's, everything is at an increased chance to botch. Everything is at a 1 to 2 instead of just a 1.
Okay.
Because you're just really thinking about how much you'd rather be at home, and even in that stupid math class.
Yeah.
Or that great math class, instead of being out here.
I
instead
crawl
being
out of the
here.
underbrush and I've got like all kinds of sticks and crap just like sticking out.
It's good luck. Tony yells into the nothing, and not at anybody in particular. Where are we?
Well,
Oh dears. Oh dears. You're come here, I'll tell you. And you look around, and there's a kindly looking woman of well, you kids would say she's old, but you know,
So like
She's-
20.
Yeah, she's like,
but no more than like 30 or something like that. She's, none of us would say she's old, but there's this kind of old woman who's calling over to you. She's dressed in a pink dress and big poofy arms, and big wide hoop thing, and like a big moppet top sort of thing. She goes, and she's sitting on one of those pillow things that are on the little hill. She goes, "Oh dears, come here. Oh, you've had such a fright. Come here. I'll tell you everything. You must be from the other world."
I knew it.
I'm not supposed to talk to strangers, but they don't usually notice me either, so.
lady, what is this place?
I was watching the universe with my mom,
Oh.
and they were talking. Neil deGrasse Tyson was talking about how there can be like other dimensions and things like that, and that sometimes there can be like different space-time continuum because time is relative, as we've now found out. And
Stop talking. What are you saying?
I think we're in another dimension, Tony. I don't know how I could have made that any more clear.
You could have just said
it's
that.
It's not that complicated. Come here, dears. Come here. I'll tell you all about it. Come here. Have a seat.
Nope.
Should we?
No.
Please.
Like as
no.
far away from this lady as I can get right
This whole
now.
place feels very strange. I don't know about
I
going
bet
to
you're
you.
hungry after such a harrowing experience. Come here. I'll feed you, and I'll explain all about where you are.
No, I'm definitely not supposed to have food from strangers, let alone talk to them.
Yeah.
I could eat.
It's fine. No one's.
That's
going
what
to
they
hurt
would
you
all
here.
say.
This is, you kids are always so suspicious from the other land, but nothing here is going to hurt you. Not once you're past the bridge. The bridge is the worst thing that can happen. But that's why I'm here, to help anyone who gets distressed crossing that horrible structure. I don't even know why we still have it in place, but please, I can certainly help you.
Who are you?
I would like everyone to make a pluck roll for me,
boy.
please.
You and I are both like, yeah.
Yeah, no.
All right.
Oh!
Hey.
I'm feeling very plucky.
Oh, keep going.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Alright.
So, what is your current pluck?
2.
Okay, and so you're
yeah.
plus 1 grade, so you're 3rd grade pluck. Okay. I need the two of you to make.
Oh,
this.
no, but isn't there also...
No, it
No,
erases
it's-
the
oh,
It's
botch.
increased botch.
Oh,
if she
botch,
rolled a
yeah.
1
Got it,
or a
okay.
2, she would have gone down.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, 3.
Okay.
Kelsey?
I am at grade 2.
2. Okay.
Oh
Okay.
You know what? Let's see how this works.
Okay.
Let's find out.
The bully softer side is showing.
So I am at a grade 1 pluck.
Okay.
Which makes sense.
Those pillows. Actually, let me start with you.
Oh yeah, well I said I could eat earlier.
Yeah.
So I'm in.
those-
She's offering food.
Tony thinks of his stomach.
Those pillows look really comfortable, and you are kind of hungry. And she looks,
Tired.
she reminds you kind of your aunt, the one who's always good to
Yeah.
you.
This is cutting.
and-
I usually sleep through
and she-
science.
And she kind of beckons
kinda
you over,
in
and
nap time.
you really kind of want to go over there and listen to what she has to say. And
Yeah.
hear that out.
She's got food.
Yeah. The food doesn't smell that good to you. It doesn't smell bad, but it's just not, it's not really what you're into. Those
Forced.
pillows do look pretty comfortable,
look pretty
after doing all that running around and
I'm
getting
not
sweaty,
used to running.
you might want to take like a little sit down. So maybe you kind of want to hear what she has to say.
I mean, I guess I could just listen to her. I guess.
Now, Greta, you're not supposed to talk to strangers, and you're not supposed to eat their food. So it doesn't matter what that smells like or how comfy those pillows look. You are not going to get involved in this. Mm-hmm. Now, it might be interesting to find out what she has to say, because frankly, you don't know where you are, and she might have some information for you, but it's not a good idea to get too comfortable with a stranger who doesn't know the password. Your parents didn't set up a password when you were a kid?
No, because I'm
Yes.
playing a character.
Sorry. Yeah, okay.
It was not that kid.
Sorry.
No, I'm an idiot.
Right.
Greta is smarter than I am.
But you're sure that you do, this isn't one of the adults that you're supposed to find when you're lost, and so maybe not.
Yeah, it's not like a policeman or a teacher.
Right, or a doctor or clergy if you're into that sort of thing. Children, please come here. Sit. I'll tell you all about where you are. This is a very interesting day for you, and with my help, I can explain it and make it a lot easier for you. But you must be so tired after that dreadful ordeal with the bridge. So please come here.
We just woke up to go to school a little while ago. You can't be that tired.
Yes, I'm tired. I'm gonna sit down.
Yeah, I mean, that bridge was really long. Did you see how fast I was running? I feel like I was running really fast.
Yeah, but you also saw the lady who was on the bridge. And I pull out the picture that I drew. That one.
Why did you make
We don't
that?
know if the other one's nice
She
or not.
holds out a bowl. She
She
holds
might
out a
not be
bowl
nice
for
either.
you. And it's, like a really nice sort of
You've read stories?
white porcelain
I've
bowl.
read
Yeah.
And there's a spoon in it. And it's weird, like it looks like it's some kind of, maybe yogurt or something, but it smells really good.
Okay.
Yeah. And so she hands you that bowl.
Can I
in.
smack it?
I'm in.
Can I try and go and be like,
I don't know if
I
I'm the
think-
person you want to try to do that with.
I just get
But,
beat up.
but I also think that kind of goes against your flaw. If we're on your flaw here, so you can do it, but if you want to do it, let's make an opposed roll about
Okay.
whether you can sort of get enough courage to insert yourself
Yeah.
into what's going on.
Yeah, because these are the only people that I recognize, and one's about to take food from a stranger, and I heard about the poison Halloween candy. So yes.
Okay.
So pluck roll.
Yeah.
Or-
So it's going to be a pluck roll, opposed by the cool of the target.
Okay.
So are you trying to interpose yourself? Are you trying to get in Tony's face, or are you trying to get in the lady's face?
In Tony's face, I don't want to go near her.
Okay. So what's
Like
your
I'm willing to risk getting beat up just because I know them
right?
enough. And she said we were almost like friends or something. So.
Okay. So what's your cool?
3.
Okay. So
Now, does
so
her increase in her pluck from when we started the round carry over to this check? Since she got a 6 on her previous pluck to not get lured over to the woman?
no.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, it's just that one
That's
time.
it was just for that test.
Okay.
So your pluck is what?
2.
Okay. So you're going to have to beat at least a 3, maybe more, depending on what he does.
Okay.
Although maybe he rolls a 1 and
Okay.
you don't have to. So
All right.
Oh!
All right, so
Look at you getting all brave.
okay.
But aren't we at a disadvantage?
But
so
she
that-
already went up.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that would give me a 3.
No, the disadvantage is still on botches. It's not
that
on
would've-
grade levels.
That would have been. Oh, that would have been a botch. But she already went up.
Well,
so.
I already went up. Oh.
Okay.
Okay. So roll cool for me. Okay. So you've tied, and ties in this game usually go to the active person. So you're, as much as you don't like to be the center of attention, you sort of put yourself right in his face while he has the bowl and the spoon.
Yeah, and it's the most effective and it's awful, but I'm actually just gonna like pop the bowl so it like flops over onto the ground. Like, don't. Did you hear about the Halloween candy?
I stand up and go, what the heck? I was gonna eat that. I'm hungry.
Well, hungry is a lot better to be than dead.
But
That
she's
thing-
so nice.
But that thing almost killed us. How do we know she's actually nice?
But she's nice. That one was mean. I know the difference between nice and mean. I'm not
dearie, you're so
stupid.
clumsy, but don't worry. I have a bowl for you as well.
I'm not touching that.
I'm taking that one. I'm taking a new one.
And my little studious friend, come here. Have a seat.
I don't know that I...
These tuffets are so comfortable. You should
look
please
really
sit
good.
down
Yeah.
and relax. And I'll explain what's going on for you.
Don't do it.
I'm just gonna sit on like the farthest away one. Just the farthest one away. She can't even reach me on
And I
this one,
flash the picture at
basically.
you again.
Stop showing me that.
I know she made me not like
These kids are gonna have PTSD.
Now, dears, I know that it's so confusing for you, but do you know the stories that begin with once upon a time?
I've read
Yes.
pretty much all of those.
This is the time that is upon. You've come to the land where all the fairy tales and all of the stories that you've heard are all true. And everything here is in order to help children learn lessons and to help out and to spur you to great heights. So that's why I'm here, because when you come through, there is a challenge. There's always a challenge, just like in the stories. The hero has to overcome a bit of a bother and then gets a reward. And so I'm here to help reward you and give you this information. So please, have a seat.
There's mostly bad things in those stories
Yeah,
and
they're-
bad things that happen to kids.
Yeah, I feel like aren't those lessons always like the kids just always die?
And then the kids that are alive reading those stories know how to not die.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead and give me seek checks, everyone, please.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay, it's 2.
Go ahead.
Okay, so grade 2.
Uh-oh. I got a 2, so that goes
Oh.
down. So
Okay.
I'm a grade 3.
Okay, because you have a very high seek. Okay.
And I also go
No.
down, so I am also a grade 2 for Seek.
Okay. You are, I assume, just finally having a spoonful and eating and
I'm
sitting
hungry.
down on one of these pillowy tuffets and
I've
just
got 2 of them.
having a
I'm like
chance.
lounging.
oh, like one in both hand.
No, I've got 2 of the pillows. Like, you know how kids
yeah,
get
yeah,
greedy
gotcha.
with the
Yeah, yeah.
pillows, and then they kind
Lean
of
it
just
on
like
one?
lounge across a bunch
Yeah.
of them. And I've got the
Absolutely.
bowl like next to me, so I don't gotta hold it 'cause it's a little cold.
Right.
It makes my
okay.
hand.
Sure.
hand.
Makes your hand hurt.
This
like
one's
that.
too cold.
So it's just gonna sit on the tuffet with me.
You two see out from underneath some of the bushes. You see something sort of rustling around, and you see a pair of eyes poke out and look, with another pair of eyes, with another pair of eyes, with a fourth pair of eyes, in sort of a circle around the top. So they all kind of look and blink. And if you make a book learning check,
She gonna make that.
Oh, yeah, I get to roll 2. So how
which
does
is
that work?
good because that would have botched for you, because that 2 alone would have.
But
would
it's
have-
just
would
a
have dumped you.
nothing, right?
Okay.
Instead, it's
Yep.
just an even
Yep.
nothing. Okay.
So it's just whatever
so
your rank is.
4th grade book learning.
Well, do you remember that chapter on that you did last semester?
Of course.
And it was about the difference between insects and arachnids.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, insects have 6 legs and a thorax, and arachnids have 8 legs.
Right. And then spiders, the most common arachnids, have what?
What now?
For them to be able to see,
Oh, right. They have domed multiple eyes.
no, they've got 8 eyes.
Oh, 8 eyes, exactly.
Right, because a lot of insects have the big compound eyes, right.
Okay,
but
I must have
spiders-
not remembered the chapter
spiders
as good
have
as I
8
thought that
eyes.
I did.
But they're not usually this big
Y'all are fucking nerds.
per eye.
I'm talking to both of you. As Jack, talking to both of you.
You're like, you guys.
Says
I don't remember
person
that
playing
much
the
about
character
bugs.
about to eat the curds and whey.
Hey,
So
hey, I got
So I would
constitution.
recognize
You
what
recognize
that
that is probably a giant spider.
Guys, I just sort of remembered something about a story that I read one time.
You read a lot of stories.
You know about stories as well? What story do you have, my dear?
Well, okay, so what would you
so
call
I
these
saw something move though. Right?
pillows? Because I
Yeah,
had
she also
Colin-
saw something move. So over in the direction where you saw something move, you don't see the eyes.
That is
but
something moved.
Yeah. You saw everything rustle.
I'm gonna go hide.
Don't wait. Don't go over to those bushes.
Well, not at the bushes.
And you're like a cat when
I'm
company's
gonna go.
over.
I'm gonna go the opposite way of the movement, obviously.
Guys, I for sure know, like 100% for sure know, there's a spider in those bushes.
Well, then I'm definitely hiding.
But like a really, really big spider. Like there's a really, lady, there's like a really big spider in those bushes.
What? A spider? And she hisses, and the spider comes roaring out of the undergrowth, and she screams and just is infuriated, but also scared. She's frightened as all get out, and she takes off running behind.
What the hell? She leaves us with the stupid spider?
And you notice that as she gets up off her tuffet, it like is depressed a lot more, and there's kind of like
It misses her.
suckers that are there. And as you look down, you realize there are kind of suckers on your arm and on your legs where you're slowly sinking into.
No,
this thing.
no.
So what?
No.
Why don't you?
You were really like laying all out on them too.
I told you.
So you might want to make a muscle check, but also the spider has stalked its way over to you. Are you children okay?
What?
Are you children okay? You didn't eat any of that, did you?
Oh, I definitely ate some.
Any of the way?
I ate a
No,
lot
I
of that.
I tried to stop him.
Yeah,
Also,
hungry.
no.
No,
You are no.
No, I know that I'm very frightening, and I'm sorry that you're in these lands. These are not a good place for children to be.
Yeah, that lady was making it sound
She
like it was great, but I mean.
No, it is not a good place for people from your world. And you, please, you have to get out of that quickly, or it'll absorb you.
Okay,
So
so
you can make a muscle check.
okay, I have a 5th grade muscle.
Okay.
So
Just
Yeah.
the one.
You're
know,
a beefy
because
kid. And
fifth-
isn't muscle? Don't you have?
it's my iconic
That's upsetting.
trait.
No. On specialty? Oh no, scrapping.
Scrapping's my specialty.
On
Am I
scrap,
scrapping with the tuffets?
Yeah. It's trying to suck you. And you're
Technically.
actually
Punching
fighting.
it?
Like
Yeah,
you have
you're
to-
trying to get out
have
because it
to
doesn't want to let you
grapple
go.
the- grappling the
Punching
tuffet.
makes best. I got
Oh,
a
you got a
6.
6.
Okay. Roll that 6.
Okay, so I'm scrapping with the pillow at a 6th grade
Some
level.
adrenaline
Since
pumped
your
in.
scrap's at 5.
The
as well?
scrap is also at 5.
Excellent. Okay.
At
At
a
sixth
grade
grade
level scrapping with a tuffet. Just so we all know what is
All
happening
right.
right now.
So you figured out because in your long term of honestly
Punching
being a
people.
bully,
Yeah.
punching
Mhm.
people, you know that like if you do that thing with your knuckle and like where to hit right where it's nice and soft. And so you found like bam right behind the little suckers on the tentacle. It's very sensitive. So you're just like tonk. You're giving it the whole
Dead
knuckle.
tentacle.
and
Yeah.
and it's just like like spits you out.
Yeah,
spits
and
you
with
out.
the clash like in my headphones. Still
Yeah,
going.
exactly.
Oh, you're like
yeah.
raping
London
right
is
now.
calling, and you're
Yeah.
answering with your fist.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
So it like spits you out, and they all kind of like scuttle away, and the spider is still crouching. It's like, I'm so glad that I was able to get to you in time, but please, I know I look horrible, but we have to get out of here. We have to leave. She'll return soon and in greater numbers of tuffets.
Where are we gonna go?
There's one place that we can go for all that the tuffets control this entire little hilly land, but they can't they can't climb. So if you follow me, there's
Okay.
a place where we can get out of here.
I bring
It's
out a
just
book
in the
pad.
forest.
Tuffets can't climb.
Just love
Oh,
this.
good. Okay. Please follow me. And
Tuffets
do
control the hilly land.
not trust this land. And I know that the person who says that to you is probably going to betray you as well, but I promise, I don't. You are disgusting to me. I want to eat bugs. I do not want to eat children. But I can't say that for everything else in these Grimm lands. Please follow me. Follow me, and I'll help you get out of here.
I mean,
So we're gonna trust the spider, but we're not gonna trust the lady.
she was like trying to poison you, and her
She was
cushions were trying
crazy,
to eat you.
obviously.
But you're gonna trust the spider.
No,
The spider didn't eat us.
I'm not gonna trust anybody, but we have to leave here.
Please follow me. And it starts to scamper off into the forest.
It's scampering away. I'm gonna follow it.
Okay.
I'm gonna hesitantly
I
follow
stubbornly
as well.
start stomping after.
I begrudgingly follow it.
Okay.
We have happily and then tentatively and begrudgingly. Yeah.
I'm just mad at the contradiction.
So you follow around behind the spider, and you get into the forest, and the forest gets dark, but not crazy dark, not like scary dark. But
Not
eventually,
nightlight dark.
right? But you get to a point. You get to a point where all of the overhanging trees, and you're not getting any of the sunlight anymore. And then there's sort of a little bit of a clearing, and in the middle is, it looks like a giant pipe that goes up. And the spider says, "I know, I wouldn't trust me either. But if you climb up this pipe, you'll be safe from the tuffets."
But what happens when the rain comes down?
The tuffets can't climb. You guys remember the tuffets don't climb. Now,
Sorry, I'm having a moment.
Is he the itsy bitty spider, or is he
feel
freezing Little
like
Miss Muffet?
It's like both.
There's nothing scheduled, so we should be fine.
The weather looks clear.
Yes.
Can I
Do
make
you
a Boy
get
Scout
like
check?
the spider
Yes,
weather
absolutely.
channel?
Absolutely, you
clear?
should certainly make a
Let's
Boy
make
Scout
sure,
check.
Mr.
Scout check.
Spider,
Yeah.
because I remember what happens if it rains.
Do you have a weather channel here?
No, the Grimlands are divided up into many different areas, and in the closest that we would be able to describe it to you would be called the Checkerboard Kingdom. Imagine, if you will, if you're looking out over a hill, and it looks like a checkerboard. Each one of those squares is a different kingdom, and different rules and different laws apply on there. And this is not mine, but it neighbors on the area in which I'm from, and there's no rain that is forecast to come down.
Is there
please,
is there a
please.
checker that where things don't try to kill you? Checker?
There are many different kingdoms. They all have their own challenges and rules to live by. But I haven't traveled them all. I can't answer that.
Okay.
But please, trust me. It's the only way you're going to be able to escape this land.
Well, I made
And the spider ducks into the pipe and
I
you
made a
presume
level,
Climbs
starts
up the
to
water
scuttle up.
spout.
oh, yeah, I made a level 4 Boy Scout weather check.
Okay.
How's the weather looking? With my 4th grade Boy Scout weather check.
It is completely sunny, and there is not a cloud in the sky.
All right, guys. I don't think we have to worry about rain. I think if we're gonna go, we gotta go now.
I'm more actually worried about the giant spider.
I mean, so far, like,
It could be luring us back to a nest to kill us there.
well, yeah, but we have like giant monster tuffets down here.
Let's stop talking and let's go if we're gonna go.
You go first, Tony. You can punch the spider if it tries anything crazy.
Children, are you coming?
Yes. Okay, I'm going up the water spout.
So as you it's actually it's almost like almost like there's a ladder inside of it. You don't even need to make scamper checks because you're able to just kind of start climbing up this.
It's
I mean,
really
I was-
It's gonna be
convenient.
easier to get us to
I was
its lair.
fully prepared to like scale it like you did doorways as a kid.
That's actually what I was thinking too.
Fully prepared to do that.
No, but fortunately, you don't need to. It's
All right.
it's wide, but there's plenty of handholds, and you can kind of get get up into it. You do notice that it does seem to be like getting a little bit damper, and the rungs get a little bit slippery, a little bit rusty, but you're still able to climb, and there's no problem. And you keep climbing up for a while and keep climbing up, and then you do hear from up. Yeah, you can see the spider crawling up ahead of you. Do you need me to drop you any lines? I can drop you a line if you're having difficulty
Don't drop
climbing.
anything out of your butt.
Oh, it's not. It's a spinneret, my dear. It's a
No.
spinneret. It's
No,
uh,
no, we're good.
okay.
kind of
I,
we're
I,
good.
I understand the children from your lands
I'm a
are
fourth grader. It's
Spider
his butt.
quite
Boo.
insistent about that.
It's kind
Okay.
of their butt.
Spider.
But please follow. Oh dear. Wait, is this Thursday? Oh,
Yeah.
and above you hear the sound of thunder, and the
I asked
pitter-patter
before
of
we
rain.
got in the
What
fight.
the
I
heck?
asked, and they said no.
What the heck?
And it starts to like sheet down the sides of the pipe,
I mean,
and
guys,
it's getting really difficult to hang
it's not
on
really
to
my
hold on to
fault. You know,
everything.
even the guys on TV who do this for a job, they get it wrong sometimes. You know, like it's not an exact science.
We'll
like
take
some of
the
other
butt string.
sciences.
Oh, my.
Oh yes. Let's, if we hurry, we can beat it. Come on, please. So 3 white strands of silk
That's
drop down
impressive.
from the darkness above you.
Yes,
Do you
3
want to grab onto
butts.
that?
Yes.
But-
Yes.
All right.
Look, I'm a fourth grader, okay?
No, you totally got it. It's not sticky at all, but you can hold on to it and wrap it around. It's very soft, and that's going to go ahead and give you a bonus on the climbing check as you continue to go. So please give me scampers.
All right, I tie it around my waist.
Golly.
Oh, are we still running
want-
at a negative?
No, we're moving to the next scene.
Okay.
So you've sort of accepted that this is a weird
Okay.
butt place.
It's a weird butt place, which is a bad thing for kids and for adults in
Yeah.
different contexts.
Yeah.
So my scamper is at a 2.
Yeah.
Okay, so with the rope's help,
Butt
you're
stuff.
able to keep going
Okay.
up there. There's a lot more water starting to sheet down.
All right. I'm just at. You said +1 for the silk.
Yeah.
So I'm just at a 2.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I was at a 3 then.
Okay. Whew. Good.
Yeah, you're out
so,
of that scene.
Whew. So I'm at 3 because I had 2 and then +1.
Okay. All right. So you guys continue to climb up with the help of the silk rope that's come down, but the water is getting heavier and heavier, and you can see that you're almost all the way up to the top, but it's just coming down in buckets now. So I need a second check, please.
Oh no.
Buckets.
Okay, so I'm at a 2.
Okay.
That's what I was at before.
Does our silk bonus still apply?
Oh.
Yes, but there is an increased botch chance here.
Oh, okay.
with the-
So I'm
with the
actually
water.
at a 3 then with the silk
Okay.
rope.
Ooh.
Nice.
So you're at a 3.
But that
Okay.
doesn't matter. Nice.
So I am at
You're at
a
a 4.
4.
Okay. You guys are just able to get to the top as the water just completely just dumps, and the spider can't maintain a grip. It says, "Oh, children, I'm sorry," and slides down the pipe out of view. Now, you had tied the rope around your waist, so I think you need to give me a home ec check real quick to see if you can get
Home
that.
ec.
Yeah, if you can get that untied before the spider pulls you with it.
My home ec sucks
Okay.
a lot.
Can I help her using Boy Scouts? Because rope time,
Oh, sure,
knot
because
tying?
because of the knowledge
And
knots.
I'll also go ahead and use, I guess maybe a luck point would be good here.
Okay.
So that'll increase that. So let's see what I roll.
Roll 2 dice because
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
helping.
4 and a 3. My home ec was at 1, but then I would
Okay,
have gotten a
but
bonus
you're
from
using
luck.
your luck instead, right?
Yeah, so luck.
So you're operating a 4th grade level.
Okay.
You didn't go up or down
Okay.
based on that roll, so you're a 4th grade level.
Okay.
All right. So Penelope is able to tell you all about the history of knots and why sometimes you use a sheep shank and sometimes a square knot.
And really, I'm just sitting there
a
like
granny,
trying
a
to
granny knot is actually just a corrupted version of a square knot, and it's really not
Sheep
strong
shank,
at all.
And sheep shank knots are
And-
pointless and hard to do.
Right, you know,
for
and
experience.
trucker's knot and all this stuff. And honestly,
I'm usually happy when people talk to me, but this is excessive.
it doesn't help you at all, but you're able to untie it just as you feel it, like you just complete undoing your
unravel.
knot,
Yeah.
and it is pulled out of your hand by the spider
Okay.
as you go down. But it is just raining like nobody's business up here, and you can actually see the water. It's raining so hard that the water, even though it's sluicing down that pipe, is rising and rising and rising. And it's sort of like starting to overflow the banks of the river over here. And you guys are only going to have minutes to figure out something.
But we're up top, basically.
But
somewhere.
you're on top. So now you're on like the bank of a river. It's not as wild and crazy as the river you passed under the London Bridge, but it is rising steadily. You do see that there is some wood around the edge of the edge of the river, and or you could maybe try and run inland farther, but the water doesn't look like it's stopping for all that it's starting to funnel down into the do the little whirlpool thing down the drain.
I wish we had some of the butt rope, because then we'll just weave it with the planks and we'll just make a raft. I ford the river. Don't do that. Never ford the river. This is bad.
Well,
We could maybe imagine something collectively.
we could try that.
Worth a shot.
Okay, so we need to either get. Sorry,
The-
so because we went up the water spout,
Right.
and so now we're like already at a little bit of higher ground, but we
You're-
don't think
as
it's
far
gonna
as you can
be-
tell, the ground underneath you is solid. There's no, like, it looks like you look out on the horizon in all directions. It doesn't look like you're actually.
on like a cliff or
It's
something
right.
like
It's
that.
not like you're on a cliff
It
or
doesn't
anything
make
like that.
any
It's just
sense.
you're in
It's like we're just
probably
in a new place.
from what they said, maybe a different kingdom where different laws apply for the.
Okay. And now there's a new river,
for
and that
this.
river's the one that's.
And that one's
overflowing.
rising because it's just pouring rain. I mean, you
Yeah.
guys are getting soaked and kind of miserable and unhappy, and
Putting my hood up.
honestly,
He looks so angsty right
you know,
now.
you kind of you would rather be home again, and this is just it's making you miserable.
Oh no.
It's going to make everything a little bit harder to get together, which is code for you're at an increased botch.
Guys, I think we need to get to higher ground. This water is rising really fast.
Yeah, or somewhere else. But how do we? I mean, you did. How'd the book thing happen earlier?
Well, I mean, I just thought really hard about a way that I needed to get across that bridge, and my books just like flew out of my backpack.
That would be really nice right now.
Well, you said something about a raft.
Well, there's wood, but we don't have any of the string that he had, the butt rope.
I could try another Boy Scout check.
Do we want to go across the river? Is that the only option that we have?
I think, are we just trying to not drown in the
Yeah,
rising?
that's what I was wondering if we could figure out how to make
It's
it
rising
like
to the point where it looks like it is drowning out everything around it.
That's why I'm wondering if we could do something so we're kind of rafting.
Yeah,
on
like
it.
not really a higher ground to get to. Like this whole plain's probably gonna
Probably, yeah.
flood. Okay.
I'll give with your 4 scouting. I'll give that to you right
That,
now.
like, I
If the
can
rain doesn't,
recognize
if the
a
rain doesn't stop
floodplain.
soon, yeah, this whole place is going to be underwater.
Okay. Well, we can either climb a tree or we can try to float on something.
How big are the planks?
They're decent size. I mean, they look like they could be fit together into a raft or a boat or something like that. I mean, there's certainly enough wood here that you could construct something to float on. Or just hold on to individual pieces, and that would probably be enough for you. But you'd get a lot wetter, and it would be,
I mean, I just want to make sure
More
we're, if we're
tiring.
talking like a Titanic door situation. Or,
more than a Titanic door.
Okay.
But less than
Right.
Noah's Ark.
Well,
Yes, exactly. That's
You
that's
guys
the scale we're in.
seemed to know about like building stuff. Like you helped with that bridge. Can you? Do you guys know how to build a raft?
Maybe if we can help us find something to tie them together with, we could build something. Real
I'll
quick.
try to see if I can find some saplings to strip into pieces to
I'm thinking your
batch
vines.
some of these planks of wood together.
Like I said earlier, rudimentary lathe. But maybe there's some vines or something.
Yeah, I will use my Boy Scout check to go search specifically for like something to tie planks together or
Okay.
fasten.
And maybe we
planks
can
together.
start putting the boards together to do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, one of you make a industrial arts
I think we're at
roll,
the
and the
same
other
thing,
one
so-
probably is just going to assist.
Yeah, I'll assist. Why don't you
Sure.
roll this one?
So
Number 3.
Okay.
Three,
And your
three,
industrial
three,
arts
so
is 3?
3.
Okay.
4.
And you're scouting at 4. Okay. You do find some some vines and some thin bark that you could twist together for twine to be able to put all of that together. You two are able to get enough wood together that you think that you can get a good raft going if she can come back with the water. I'm sorry, with the twine. The water keeps
The
rising.
water's
so-
complementary.
so
Yeah,
yes,
the
so it's
water's happening whether we want it to.
right, we're on the top of my mind. So she
Overflowing, would you say?
Yes, I would. Yeah.
Proud of that joke.
Nick liked it.
I did. The problem is now I'm just like, oh, now I've got to do a pun topper, but I can't. I'm running the game here. So Penelope comes back with some twine. And
I'm kind of all tangled in it, but I
Yeah.
found it.
Yeah, it's like she's a sappy mess. It's like stuck to her in various things, but she goes, no, it's strong, it's ow, because like the tar,
Yeah.
the tar is like
Pulling out my hair.
hairs and stuff like that. But the water's actually helping with that because it's helping loosen you up. So you're just like this damp twine ball that comes up to you, and then you're able to put something together. So what are you guys building?
I think everything's rising so fast. I imagine it's the quickest thing we can do. It's probably like a Tom Sawyer crappy little raft with a bunch of planks of wood strung together.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, we could try imagination or something, but my imagination is.
Well, I mean, if we get on the boat or the raft and it really starts to suck, then we can try and imagine it's better than it is.
Sounds good.
As we're drowning.
Yeah.
Imagine the life of what could have been.
Imagine if we had done this differently.
Okay. So
Imagine if Mom would have driven us to school today.
Imagine if my doctor's appointment hadn't been rescheduled to tomorrow.
Imagine if my parents just actually paid attention.
Oh, the pathos. So you're able to string enough wood and twine together to get something that is pretty sure it's going to float. In fact, by the time you finish it, it's starting to bob up and down a little bit, and the amount of dry land that you're on is like shrinking and shrinking and shrinking. So I think you hop on that raft pretty quick.
Yeah, it floats.
And it
All
does.
floats down.
It does. It does
Good job,
float.
guys.
It's not great, but it is floating. It's keeping you mostly above the water, and just in time, the water rises to the point where there's just no more land anywhere, and you just start drifting off on the current of this river on there.
Are we sure this is better?
Well, I'm not a strong swimmer, so for me, this is definitely better.
I'd get my Zune wet. So I like the raft.
So it's
All about
right
keeping
because it's helping keep your Zune dry, which
Yeah.
is sort of like one of your most
Yeah.
valuable possessions.
Yeah, my parents won't get me a new one. If I wreck this one, I don't get a new one because we can't afford a new one.
Okay.
I'm just glad there's plastic lining in my backpack, so my notepad's okay.
So you're out on the river, and as you float for a while, you notice that sort of the water changes color and stops going from like the clear kind of dirty rainwater look into more of like a blue, and it almost is like there's a line directly across the river that you cross, and suddenly it's like that, and you think maybe you cross one of those boundaries into another kingdom where the rules are a little bit different for what's going on. But you are still on the middle of a river. You don't see the edges on either side, and you're sort of bobbing up and down on your raft. But you do see off in the distance, there does seem like there's another boat or something that's bobbing and coming towards you. You hear some voices, but you can't make out what they're saying on there.
Guys, there's people on a boat.
But almost, there's a lot of bad things here. Are we sure we want to encounter them?
Hey! Tony just starts yelling.
Crap.
I don't
hear
know.
an
Is it too
answer,
late to play? Is it too late to play dead?
I
You
mean,
had nowhere to hide.
I don't see how that would be a big
And
thing that we could do.
you see like it starts to move in your general direction, but not very efficiently. It looks like there's 3 people in it, and but their boat keeps sort of spinning around, so they're kind of like working against each other. But they are gradually making their way towards you. And as they get closer, you see that there's a big man in an apron and a big man who is trying to paddle with like a giant metal, it's sort of, like filigree and stuff. But it doesn't look like it's a terribly efficient paddle. And then another one who's paddling with something that looks like it's broad and flat, but it's not very long. And it kind of looks like there's the one in the apron. There's one might be a cleaver, like a cleaver that he's using, and the other one
It's
it
the butcher,
could be a
baker,
candlestick.
And the candlestick
maybe?
maker.
And what does their boat look like?
It's round. It's just like totally round, so
Weird.
it doesn't move very well, and they're sort of against each other, and they're like every once in a while they'll take a break and they'll start arguing with each other, and then one will like point and they'll kind of keep moving towards you, but they're shouting kind of incoherently.
I'm feeling a lot better about our raft after seeing that.
Yeah, I feel like you guys did a really good job.
I'm not sure we want to go talk to these
they
people.
sound really angry.
Well, they're
Did
coming
you guys
toward us anyway.
make any paddles?
Nope.
Nope. We just wanted to escape.
It'd be a really good idea right now if you could row your boat.
Yeah. Can we lay down and use
Oh,
arms?
sure, yeah. And sort of like push yourselves away from
Yeah,
these.
So I get
three
down,
guys
trying to
floating
push
down you?
towards the shore. Help me.
Oh,
I'm just gonna.
You're in the back, just.
Tony, come on, you're the strongest. You have to help.
I'm just gonna be like a rudder, or like a paddle. I've like taken my shoes off and like rolled up my pants, and I'm like kicking at the back,
Oh, okay. So
like a propeller.
Right. So you're doing like the propeller thing at the back
Yeah.
Yeah. So and we're rowing for
Yeah.
shore.
Yeah.
on there.
But
Okay.
we should synchronize because it's more efficient that way.
Okay. You want to count?
Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2.
We should probably
3.
speed this. Go 1, 2.
Oh,
1,
okay,
2.
that's better. Okay.
All right.
1, 2.
1, 2.
1, 2.
All right, so you two are pushing the boat along, but it's the raft along,
Sure,
and
super fast.
it's really tiring on there. So I'm gonna need a muscle check from everyone.
My arm is really tired. Oh,
I'm finding the strength to go on.
You are.
Give me a whopping
You get to roll
2.
again. Yeah.
somehow.
All right, so 2, which is better than 1.
Okay.
Kelsey.
Looks like I'm just still at a 1.
This is like really hard
So
work.
hard.
This is not scrapping, so I'm not even.
Right.
So 5.
Okay, but you're still you could do
This
this
is
all day
fine.
long.
Yeah,
You're
this is
fine.
fine.
You're
This
just
is good.
kicking the boat along. It's getting a little tiring for you, and you're slowing. But she's really sort of slowing down.
We're starting
and
to
she's
drift.
yeah, you're starting to like rotate a little bit because your 2 is happening about 2 of your 2s for every one of her 2s
Yeah.
is sort of happening. Now you guys aren't pushing a lot of water, so it's not a huge deal. But yes, you're just kind of like running down and running out of steam on this thing. But the tub with the men are getting closer, and the closer they get, the angrier they seem to be.
The tub with the men is such a menacing sentence.
Guys, they're
It's
yelling
the
even
next
louder.
David Lynch movie. Is the tub with the men?
The tub
Yeah.
with the men.
Oh God.
Um,
Guys, they're getting louder. They're like yelling
I know one
louder.
of them has a cleaver.
Now you do see that there's like a little strip of green over off to your left, so that might be land. You might be able to make towards that, or you could continue to sort of paddle through the current on the river.
Wait, but that's what we were paddling for was the land. So I
Okay.
mean, how far away are we from the land after paddling our best?
It's coming up. It's coming up for you, but it's still deep enough that it would still over your head water. Like if you jumped off the raft, it's definitely, Jaws territory.
Is the oh God.
It's dark down there. You don't know what's down there.
Open
That's
water.
We were
very
talking about it
Open
earlier
water
about
is
you don't know what
very
animals
scary.
are down at
Right.
the bottom of the
It's
ocean.
been barely
That's what we were telling the
explored.
bus driver.
It's been barely explored.
That was
There's
a
no
callback.
telling.
I know that was a good callback.
No telling
Yeah,
how many animals
nailed
are
it.
down there.
I don't care what animals are down there. We need to get over to the land.
Is the land is the current going toward the land?
The current is sort of sweeping by the land, like the river has narrowed, and so now you're starting to see that there's something going by. But if you were to stay where you were, you would keep going right past it. So it's
Okay.
going perpendicular to the land.
What about the wind? How's the wind?
We don't have a sail on this.
Yet.
It seems like you might be able to get some breeze. I mean,
Alright.
nothing at like kid height. It would have to be taller than that.
We were running
I
out
don't
of
think
steam.
you have a
I wish
mast.
we had some steam. Just steam-powered raft to there.
Hey, that's a really good idea.
Anything that's not those guys.
Tony,
What?
you seem like kind of well, no offense, but like you seem kind of like a creepy kid.
Not creepy.
Do you
How to Make Friends and Influence People by Penelope.
Do you have a lighter?
Why would I have a lighter?
I don't know. Some kids play with fire. It's usually the alternative in the mean kids.
Do you want to set the raft on fire?
I do have a lighter. I slowly produce a lighter.
Well,
let's
let's see if you still have it. You've been through a lot right
Do
now.
I?
Oh.
Oh.
So, why don't you roll on luck and tell me?
Let's hope that my pockets had zippers, so it all just
Were you
stayed on
wearing
my
those
body.
zip-up
Your
cargo
super
shorts?
cool cargo pants.
No, that's something you would wear. I don't wear those. I just have the jeans with like the bottoms are super ripped because they drag on the ground all the time.
Right. And his jean vest.
Jean vest, and there's a hoodie. There's a zip-up hoodie underneath it. That's
Underneath
why
it,
my
yeah.
hood was up because it's what the kids wear.
Yeah. The faux sheepskin,
Are we still rolling at a disadvantage?
I think you are because it's you're pretty wet and.
So do I have to roll again to see if because it can't go any lower?
You can
Oh
use
no,
a reroll.
your actual rank doesn't change, but it just means that where you would the target number would be based off of your rank 1 that
Yes.
you would have, and so you're at kindergarten level, which means no.
That's why I was saying. I was
you're,
like,
you're patting your
you
pocket,
You
and you
can't
knew
go any lower
you
than
knew,
kindergarten.
You knew you had it.
Astro
You knew you had it when you got on the bus
Zombie
today.
Woohoo!
But when, oh yeah, thank you, Astro Zombie Photography.
Thank you for the beats.
Thank you.
But it's not in your pocket now. You don't.
Oh.
It was your brother's, and he's gonna
I
be.
nicked it
ticked.
from him. He's gonna be so mad.
He stole from your brother?
Ugh.
That's actually
Look,
pretty
he's
cool.
a jerk. So, whatever. He's 13.
I steal stuff sometimes.
Oh, yeah, 13-year-olds are really mean.
They are. I say that as
You
like.
say you
as a-
smoke sometimes.
No, I said I steal stuff sometimes. Just kind of to myself.
I also say 13-year-olds are mean, like as 27-year-olds.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're mean.
13-year-olds are the worst. Shout out to all the
Okay.
13-year-olds
Well,
watching.
I
You
guess
should
we
be in
don't
bed.
get to use the lighter.
What were you going to use the lighter for?
I thought we could imagine a steam engine.
Well, if you
But
can
we would
imagine,
need to light it.
but if you can imagine a steam engine, then can't you imagine the fact that it's already lit?
Maybe?
How did you do it before with the books?
I just thought really hard.
Do it again. You got a big brain. Use it for something.
Don't make fun of my forehead.
She's got a 5 head.
Okay. I'm going to try to use my
Now,
imagination.
I'm not going to tell you how to use your imagination, but
Is this not a good enough deal to use my
you're
imagination?
you're starting with sort of nothing here,
Yeah.
and you're trying
Like,
to
at least I had my
summon
books
like
last time.
like an advanced piece of technology. So maybe if you had something that you could use as sort of the template or the base, it might be. I'm not saying you
Wow.
can't do it. I'm just saying it's going to cost you more
What
to,
if
to
it-
or at
introduce
least
something
dead.
brand
Paddles.
What if
Right.
instead of a steam engine,
What if you just?
new.
what
Or,
if
you
I
know,
take
like
Tony's
a book if it
hoodie?
opened up, or
I'm not
or
taking my
that's
hoodie.
the
What
hoodie.
if I just
This is also
What
my
if
brother's.
It's like the water wheel on the back. You just have to pedal it to go.
Yes. What if you just imagine it as a paddle boat?
a paddle boat, huh?
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah. Okay. A paddle boat.
You've seen those.
Or you said, yeah, I guess we could do that. I was going to use Tony's hoodie as a sail, but he won't let me use his hood because
No.
his hoodie is his brother's.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Penelope has 2 calculators because you never know when you might need a backup calculator.
Right, because one might break.
Right. And sometimes you just need to double check your calculations.
Sure.
So I'm going to take out my calculators and I'm going to imagine that my calculators are pedals. And
So explain this to me.
Oh no, I totally get this. So
I
that
get
they're
it.
the basis because
Yeah.
they're rectangular.
right.
Yeah.
So they're like bike pedals because they're like roughly the size of bike pedals.
Okay.
The TI-83s. They're enormous.
Right. The TI-83s. Everybody knows good old TI-83.
Yeah.
Right.
Why an 8-year-old needs TI-83? Who
I'm
knows?
an
But you have
advanced
2 of
math.
them.
She's in the
Don't need a
advanced
you don't
math.
need
She
a
has to-
graphing calculator
she
for
has-
advanced
yeah,
math.
she
in
has-
Well, the
third
graphing
grade.
She has to
calculator
make
is
sure that
just
the
for
graphs
fun.
match on both because it's a double blind.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
Through the
you are
test.
going to college next year, right? They jumped you ahead.
Well, sometimes I use the TI-83 just during my leisure time.
Nerd.
You're talking about a lot of really interesting stuff with it.
And then I'm going to take my bike lock out of my backpack, my bike chain, and use that as the chain for the paddles.
Why is carrying around
And
a bike
then
lock?
imagine that I'm
I have a question. Why,
Because I have to ride my bike to
why were you on the
the
bus?
bus stop.
Yeah, I don't think you had that. Do you?
Don't use logic with me, guys.
Do you
I
wanna-
don't
do you
like
want- Do you want to
it.
check? Do you want to check luck to see if you remember to carry your?
If I
10
still
pounds
had,
of bike
if
chain
I still had
and
my
lock?
bike chain,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not gonna have it. But
Okay,
let's try it anyway.
But right before you do, Nightsteed has given you a reroll
Okay.
that you will maybe be able to
Thanks,
use.
Nightsteed.
While you didn't find your lighter
Yeah.
in your pocket, what
Yeah.
you did find
Okay.
was a Band-Aid,
Great.
and you realize that Band-Aid could probably be used to heal a wound.
Ooh.
So if you suffer a wound, you could slap a Band-Aid on it and feel much better.
Yeah, that's what I do.
And lastly, when you were remembering the waterproof container on your bag that you keep your sketchbook in, you also have something else that you brought from home. Do you remember what that was?
Oh, God, that's.
Your bike chain?
No one has a bike chain.
No one has a bike tape. Think about it for a minute.
Okay.
Nightsteed has donated to provide you with a hit point, a reroll, and an artifact, which is a special one-use thing. Powers to be determined by me, but let's see what form that it takes.
Okay.
It's something that made it through the trip with you that you forgot you had until just now.
Okay, let me think on that for
Yeah.
a hot second.
In the meantime, I think Penelope is going to check to see if she is carrying 10 pounds of bike chain and a kryptonite U-lock in that as well.
Get the fucking bike lock.
I forgot I took the
Okay, keep rolling. Keep rolling. Okay.
But it takes it up to a 2.
A 2 is going to be enough. It's going to be enough for you to I hate to not want to get right on board with that, but I have to say you have the lock, you don't have the chain.
Ah, dang it. I forgot I had to take out my chain to make room for my algebra book. Sorry, guys.
Okay. Let me know if this is too weird because we need something that works with this
My
paddle.
calculator.
We're
boat
already
thing.
at too weird.
Okay.
No,
Nothing
it
is
doesn't
too
have to be
weird.
this. But go ahead.
But it would probably be helpful though if it was that, so we can get away from the men in a tub
We
while they rub a dub dub.
can brainstorm something else.
That's why I'm thinking, like, I have, like, this light jacket that my mom makes me pack all the time, and I hate it, and it's ugly, and she never listens to me, and it's not very well made, but it is a zipper, and it's starting to come apart, and I feel like she's stressing out looking for the bike chain that
And
I could pull the zipper
is-
off of it
Oh.
and give her the zipper, and that would...
I was thinking that light jacket, you might call it, say, a windbreaker.
It could also be a sail. It is a windbreaker, though. Yeah, it's like a light plasticky jacket.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you want to use your artifact for this endeavor, or do you want to hold on to that artifact?
I feel like we need to get away from these guys in a tub. So if that's going to help us get away from the guys in the tub, then I will use it for this.
Okay. I would say that if you have a sail, that the pedals, the
I don't have to
calculator
use
pedals
my
aren't
calculators.
going to be quite as useful.
Yes, I get to save my
as you thought.
calculators.
But sure, you guys can go ahead and rig up. I'm not going to cost you the magic on the windbreaker.
Okay.
We're going to use that for something else, but you can go ahead and rig that up as a sail to try and get some distance away from the three men in a
I
tub.
wouldn't let you
Well,
use my
also the magic was inside of me all along.
It was.
Right.
It was.
Right, and see, you kind of remember that maybe she made you take it and wear it because she actually loves you.
No, that can't be right.
And-
That can't be right.
That doesn't
and
feel
didn't
right.
forget
Yeah.
about you.
That doesn't
she wants
feel
you to be.
right.
The
she wants
pattern
you to
on
be
it's
safe and
really
dry.
ugly.
Yeah.
It's like neon
It's pink
color.
camo.
I
It's
d-
gross.
I just imagine it like in Arrested Development where your mom saw you be like, why are you squeezing me with your body? What's happening?
Okay.
All right, so you rig up the windbreaker as kind of a sail, and it is able to help propel you over to the land. And as you start getting close to the land, the the men in the tub do seem like they've stepped up their game, and they're kind of right behind you. But off on the shore, as you're going by, you do see that there are 3 boys who are looking at and gesturing out at the tub and waving for you to come in real quick. And that look on your face is just like, okay, what bullshit is he gonna pull this time now?
Boys are gross. They have
now
titties.
there's these people.
So there's one boy who has a pie in his hand, and then there's one boy who is just like kind of hyperactive. He's jumping around and moving. And lastly,
Would you say he's nimble and quick?
Yeah, I'd say that.
Oh, okay.
I'd say that a little bit. And then the last boy is there, but he's kind of, seems like he's looking around for somebody else. He's a little nondescript by himself, but they're, joining in, and they want you to come on into the land, and like pointing, you can hear them shouting like, "Those guys are crazy! You got to get away! Those guys are crazy! Come on, come on, come on!"
I say we head towards the boys because we could beat them up, and by that I mean Tony could beat them up, but not the men in the boat.
Yeah. Okay. So Tony, we're gonna go towards these boys, and then if they try anything, you have to beat them up.
Okay.
I love
Sounds
this.
good.
Okay, so you guys get close to the shore, and they throw out like a rope to you, and if you grab on, they'll we'll haul you in. We'll haul you in. Come here, come on. You have to get out before those crazy guys catch up with you.
Yeah.
So
We'll grab the rope and let them.
Oh, and you'll trust these boys, but you won't trust the lady with the
Like I said,
with
we
the
could
food.
beat these ones up, and by us I mean you.
We don't trust them. We just gotta. These guys.
That kid has a
cleaver.
And that kid has a pie. Maybe he'll let you have some of the pie.
Oh yeah, pie. Tony, come on, pie.
There's just a
Probably has
lot of
plum in it.
hypocriticals here.
he sticks in his thumb and he pulls out a
Actually,
plum.
her now.
It says, "What a good boy am
It's just
I."
you guys are hypocriticals.
I'm surprised he knows that word.
Well,
Actually,
he didn't say it.
hippos are endemic to these waters. They're far too cold.
Hippos are one of the leading causes of death near in that area, you guys. Hippos are one of the most dangerous animals on
Shut
Earth.
up.
Can we just get to the land now?
So they throw you a rope and they help haul you in, and it's just in time because as you get onto the land, and there they are, the 3 men jump out of their tub and they come rushing at you, and there's a moment as the boys and the men. Wow. Okay. Great.
So the boys to the men.
Yes, from the
Boys
boys to the men.
Boys becoming men becoming
Yeah.
wolves.
And we're stuck in the middle with you. That's our musical minute for tonight. Good night. So they hop out and they start sort of like squaring off at each other. So the baker is looking at the boy with the pie, and the guy with the candlestick is looking over at the little quick ADD kid.
He's like, I want to jump over that. I want to jump over that. I want to jump over it so bad.
He's really antsy. You can really tell that's what's going on for him. And then the butcher is threatening kind of the nondescript boy, who's kind of like scared and like backing off and looking around like he's looking for help on there. And in this moment, we are going to go ahead and do an initiative run here. So, would your group like to go first, second, or third?
Ooh.
Oh boy.
Second. Let's at least see one group do
Go
something.
see what they're doing. Okay.
I would vote second or third. Because they seem to be really into each other and not
You
so
want
much
to see how this
into
boys
us.
to men situation.
See, well, you
That's
went to the
out.
boys to men. My brain went to a completely different reference. But
Well, let's go third then.
yeah,
I'll say third.
yeah, because they seem to be ignoring us a little bit.
Okay.
Maybe this was never about us, you guys.
I don't think so.
Okay.
It never is.
So the
That was so perfect.
So if you guys are going third, I need you to describe your actions to me.
Hiding.
So you're hiding.
Yes.
What are you doing, Penelope?
I guess backing away so that I have a way to see both groups. So like backing out of what I would assume would be like the combat zone.
So you're gonna try and get clear of the combat zone.
Yeah.
You're hiding, and what are you doing, Tony?
Getting in it.
You're like, yes.
Like, yes, I've been wanting to fight somebody.
Who
gonna eat
are
that
you
pie.
planning to deck?
One of the men.
Okay.
Do I have to pick a specific one?
Yep.
I'm gonna actually, even though I'm a bully, I'm gonna actually say the butcher because the scared kid looks like he's not gonna be able to do it, and I want to make sure that this is a fair fight.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Like
If someone's gonna scare kids, it's gonna be you.
it's gonna be me.
Pick on somebody almost your own size.
I'm still 8
You have
years old
5th grade muscle
compared to a man with a giant
with a
knife.
cleaver.
Okay. So you're gonna try and punch or wrestle or what's
Bite.
What's
Hit
your
him
Yeah.
in the jimmies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that's your plan. Okay. So what happens is
I don't know if it's a plan.
That's the situation.
It's just instinct.
It is what it is.
the man with the cleaver swings at the nondescript boy, and he narrowly dodges getting hit with the cleaver by falling over backwards and smacking his head on a rock. While that's going on, the baker is running at the kid with the pie,
He didn't even get his pail of water.
and that's right. I should have given him a pail. I couldn't think of what I was going to do for him, but yes, runs at the boy at the pie and is gesturing angrily at the pie and shouting at him, "That's my pie! That's my pie! You stole my pie!" And he's running after him and the kid, and they're sort of like doing this little circle thing all around.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yes, exactly.
You got Benny Hill playing in the background.
Copyright.
Actually, that might be fair use. That might be.
Oh.
That might be.
Yeah.
Look it up.
And
internet.
lastly, the candlestick maker is just swinging at Jack, and he cannot land a blow because he is just jumping right over it, back and forth and back and forth and back and forth.
Amazing.
And you run off into some brush or
Yeah, maybe
behind the
somewhere where
landed
there-
tub, or where
Probably
where do you wanna
into
hide?
some brush, or if there's some place where there might be some rocks, because throwing is a very good skill of mine.
Okay.
And I actually have a better attack if I'm doing it from a hiding place.
Okay.
So if there's like a pile of rocks somewhere and like a bush or a hedge or a small wall
Okay.
or a boulder
Yeah,
or a cow.
No, or a cow. There's a section of the beach that's rocky, and there's some big ones that you could hide behind, and smaller ones you might be able to gather up and throw and use for that sort of stuff. And then you were
Backing away
trying to like
slowly.
run out of
I was
the area.
observing.
Okay, so you kind of run out of ground zero, and you're standing there and watching
Yeah.
and looking at all of the
Yeah.
looking at what's going on for all of that.
Seeing
okay.
how this is playing out.
And you run up to the butcher who is
Yeah.
just intent on trying to get this kid, and he's like got him down, and he's got the cleaver up,
Yeah.
and how are you attacking? What do you want to do?
I kick him in the knee.
Okay.
Like real, like one of those like you know.
Front
when
a
you
knee or
just-
back a knee?
Yeah, from behind and topple him over, or from the side and try and break it, or from the front and just hold on, or how do you want to do it?
I was going with like front side of the knee to try and like break it.
Okay.
You were
Yeah.
swiping
So-
the knee.
Yeah.
Sweep the knee.
Yeah.
You're like that kid that goes around bragging that they're a black belt.
Yeah, but really I just beat the crap out of him.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Alright.
That's the plan.
Okay.
Sweet.
Okay. I'm gonna roll my 2. I got a 6.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, so I
So plus 2 grades.
yes, so 7th grade
Okay.
level.
Okay, so you're making a 7th grade attack with your kick.
Yes.
And he is, in melee combat, you can try and resist with either Scamper to get out of the way,
Okay.
or you can resist with Scrap, which means you're sort of taking it and you're fighting back. You know, it's blocking,
We'll do that
all
one.
that sort of stuff.
'Cause
Oh, no,
my
you don't get to choose. He gets to
Oh,
choose. I'm just
oh, okay.
explaining
Okay.
what's going on.
Okay.
However, because he is so intent on the one jack on the floor that he is not paying attention to you. And so I'm going to apply a penalty to his skill here. And you are going to go ahead and connect with the side of his knee.
Yes.
And then you do 4 wounds.
Ooh.
But he is an adult, which means that he soaks up extra wounds. Because he's surprised, one is still going to get through. So you don't
Okay.
break his knee, but he does clutch it and bellow at you and raise his cleaver and threaten you instead.
Okay.
And that is the round.
Okay.
Got Butcher. Great. Okay. So we're in the new round. Where would you guys like to go?
So I actually have a bonus if I hit somebody while I'm hidden.
Okay.
So I'm going to pick up one of the rocks, which I'm going to call beach snowballs,
Okay.
and try and hurl a rock at one of them.
Just give me a check for your hide last turn.
Oh, let's see. Is that a 5?
And
Oh, wait, I
is
rolled.
hide your
Yeah. So it's at a 5. 5th grade level.
You're hiding at a 5th grade level.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. No problem. You are hidden behind the rocks. None of the combatants are going to be able to see you.
Okay.
So you guys are going first this time. Is that what you said, or you're also going? Are you going third again?
Oh, I don't think we picked.
Oh, we get
We
to
didn't
change
pick.
per round.
Yeah.
Maybe we should go earlier this
Maybe
time?
we should go first this time.
Especially because,
You're
I have
in
a
it.
cleaver.
You're in it
raised
now.
at my base.
Okay. So before you guys decide what you're going to do, let me tell you what the other guys are going to do, so you can make your plans based off of that.
Okay.
The 3 jacks, the one on the ground is going to stay there because he's
He's broken his crown.
broken his crown.
That's a concussion.
Yes, exactly like that. Be Nimble is going to continue to dance around the candlestick guy and try and trip him.
Oh, hee.
Yeah, exactly. And Jack Horner is going to continue running away from the baker. The baker is going to continue to chase. The butcher has turned his attention to you and is going to try and hit you with his cleaver. And then the candlestick maker is going to, instead of swinging this way, going to try and bash Jack straight up and down. On there. So that's what everybody else is doing.
Okay. These kids could also potentially be evil, because a lot of things have been evil. So I want to throw a rock at the butcher because they're going after him.
Because he's threatening Tony.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Okay.
So I'm going to throw a rock.
Okay.
And so I get a +1 wound if it hits them.
Yep.
Okay.
So you're going to roll off of throwing,
Throw, yeah.
and let me go ahead and make a resist, which is going to be a penalty because you are hidden and he doesn't see you. Okay, go ahead.
That doesn't take it down, though. So it's at a 4 right now. Is that enough?
Okay. So you're throwing at a 4th grade level. You wing one of these perfectly shaped little stones. Oh, I'm sorry. And you're doing it at a 5th grade level because whenever you're using a weapon, it increases your grade by 1.
Oh, that's good to
So,
know. So I know how to throw rocks at a 5th grade level.
yeah, so you're throwing rocks at a 5th grade level, just like your neighbor Robbie Joyner. You wing a stone at the butcher, and go ahead and nail him in the back of the head.
Okay,
And you do +1 wound because you're hidden.
yeah. So and I have 4 up here, so it'd be 5 in total.
Up where? Oh yeah, wounds. Yes, exactly. Right. So you're doing 5 wounds with this item. He's going to soak some of that because he is an adult. But you did hit him. You didn't. Your grade level isn't sufficiently high to add extra wounds. So he does take a rock to the back of the head, and is kind of confused and dazed for a second.
But he didn't take a wound from it?
Oh, he took a wound.
Oh, he did take a wound. Okay. All right. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to think. Am I very far away from Jack with the pie?
They're kind of running around in circles, so he should be back around now.
Okay, I'm going to tell him, blind him with the pie!
Okay.
So I want him to throw the pie into the baker's face to blind him with the pie.
Okay, so you're going to try and
Trying to
convince...
advise. Unless that's a cool check again, because now I'm realizing that might be a cool check, and I'm not so good at that.
It is a cool check.
Ugh.
Because you're trying to...
What if I, as he's running around, grab the pie from him and throw it myself into the baker's face?
Interesting. Grabbing the pie would be a...
Or I could just ask for it. I mean, I could just be like, give me your pie!
That would also be a cool check.
Yeah.
Grabbing it would be a scrap check.
Okay.
And
Both those are
throwing
ones.
And throwing it would be a throw.
Throw's a 2, so I'm
Oh.
not horrible, as bad as I am with the other skills.
Right. You're twice as
throwing.
good.
I'm twice
but
as
that's
good,
not great.
which is still not good.
Yeah.
What do we use gaming checks for?
Gaming check would give you an idea about maybe the rules of the world that you're in, or
Okay.
the story, or the way things work.
What
Think
about,
of it
like strategy.
I didn't know if
maybe?
it was
like a
looking-
cult more. Like you would understand. Like it's like a knowledge skill.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
Sort of
I
thing,
thought maybe
like,
it was like literally
How would
gaming.
because you've read so many game books and you've played so many video games and you're aware of all these other mythologies and all of this stuff, it would be what you would use to sort of get clues about who and what things were, and maybe what weaknesses they have or how to defeat them in certain ways.
Okay. So that could come in handy if I'm like observing the fight, like because that
Right.
was kind of my thought, was like she backs up and she's like
Right.
seeing how things are going.
So if you wanted to make a gaming check, it might tell you what the weaknesses are of
Okay.
I'll even say one side or the other, the the proponents on one side or another.
Okay. Yeah, I'll try to identify the weaknesses of the men
Okay.
with gaming.
Shall we take out these dudes and it's going to
Men
be
without tub.
the boys that we had to
Yeah.
worry about the whole time?
So that's just nothing, right?
Yeah.
4 and a
correct.
2. Okay.
Fifth grade.
So 5th grade.
All right. The thing about these stories is that everyone is always described as what they are, and that is so core to their identity that if they don't have that, there's no way to identify what they are. So maybe if the butcher, the baker, and the candlestick maker didn't have the things that make them that will make them what they are in their jobs, that
They would
maybe they
just
would stop
Be
being
so disoriented
that they'd
they
stop
wouldn't
being
know
those
what
things.
they're doing.
Maybe. I mean, it's
a
an interesting,
thought.
it's an interesting
It's
hypothesis.
an interesting theory.
Yeah. But
Interesting
m-
hypothesis.
make of that what you will. Tony.
Right.
Okay. Since I don't know that information, I'm gonna go for the same knee, but this time I'm gonna try to knock him down.
Okay.
So
From like behind.
yeah, because he's turned and looked at her, or like where that rock came from.
Right. He's looking around for
So
who
he's-
who
he's
threw
not
a rock
paying
at me.
So he's not paying attention to me. So I'm gonna go ahead and go for the knee again,
Okay.
but this time from the back to try and get him to the ground. And I'm guessing that would not be an assist with a scrap. Would it?
No, because she took her action was to throw the rock, not to assist you. Now, if she had been like throwing sand or little pebbles, that we could have made that as like an assist, but she was actually making her own attack.
Okay.
Very
Because
small
I
rocks.
have a special thing for that. So I have one that's called Gang Up. You get +2 dice when a kid assists you with a scrap.
Okay.
So, and I don't think any of the jacks count for that, especially this one. He's useless.
The one on the ground is that he's pretty much out of the fight.
He is hella useless. Ay, 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 ay. So it's just 5th grade level.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you barrel into his leg,
Okay.
in order to be able to knock him down.
Mm-hmm.
He's not really paying attention to you. Give me a luck check.
Oh boy. 1.
Still at a 1st grade level? Okay.
Yeah.
No bonus. He falls to the ground. He maintains his grip on the cleaver, and
But he's lower too.
and
right?
he's he is going. You've gone ahead and kind of grappled with him, and kind of tangled him up and brought him to the ground.
Okay.
When you are wrestling with someone like this, you're going to be you're essentially at a -4 to do anything other than continue to wrestle. But there is a size difference there because he's a full-size man and you're just boy-sized. He's only going to be a -3 for any of his actions because you're not quite big enough to fully stop him
Gotcha.
for anything like that.
Gotcha.
And that's where he is. And then he is going to try and wrestle with you and throw you off.
Okay.
So go ahead and resist with scrap, please.
Ooh, nice.
6th grade.
Okay. He pushes and shoves and whatever he doesn't hit you with the cleaver, but he can't dislodge you. So he's still struggling with that. The baker is still running around Jack Horner, and then the candlestick maker swings his big cleaver down, or his big candlestick down.
I love this. This is
Grazes Jack on the side and sort of throws him off his game. But he's not out of the fight yet on there. He
Little Jack Horner.
kicks back. Yeah, he keeps running. So they're sort of still locked in this sort of in this battle, and they're all now like just sort of yelling incoherently at each other. That you can definitely tell it's language, but it doesn't sound like anything that you recognize. They're kind of like getting completely just out of it on the item. So we're into the 3rd round. Do you guys want to go first again?
Yes.
Okay.
I think that I would like to, now that Tony is grappled up with the butcher, I want to run up behind the butcher and grab his top apron strings and like kind of hang on his back from his apron strings to kind of choke him so that he can't fight Tony as much, and yell at Tony to get the cleaver out of his hands.
Or you could just get the cleaver out of his hands. Or is that too much for you?
I don't know. It's probably too much for me. I just figured because then you can
You've
use
given
your
her a
bonus.
wedgie and shoved her into a locker. You know she's not gonna be able to fight
Alright.
back.
Yeah.
I just trip in the hallway by myself sometimes.
Yeah. I just laugh.
Even when you don't push me or trip me or tie my shoelaces together.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're gonna try and
I'm gonna
and
jump on
grab
his back and grab his
and-
top apron strings and yell, "Get his
He's,
cleaver!"
well, he's on the ground.
Yeah, so I'm tall enough to just grab his neck strings now.
Okay.
I assume. I figure he's like on a knee, like on his knee.
Yeah, they're
type
sort
of
of
on the ground,
they're
or-
sort of like rolling around on the ground.
Oh,
So you can just
Alright.
get on his back,
yeah,
like straddle his back and just.
yeah. And I'm
yank.
just like,
Let's see. If you're gonna do that, I'm not gonna have another shot at him with a rock, so I'm gonna have to change targets. So, but the candlestick maker just like whacked the other
Yeah,
kid
he
pretty bad.
knocked Jack Be Nimble
Yeah.
off,
might need
off
some
to the
assist.
side.
Maybe
he doesn't look like he's down, but he's like not moving as quick as he was.
Maybe I'll throw a rock at him instead.
Okay. And then you're going to
Try to get the knife out of.
okay, so you're gonna try and wrestle.
Did
wrestle
you?
the
Are you
cleaver?
saying that to me? Like
Yeah.
get the knife out?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to wrestle with the butcher and get the knife out of his hand.
Okay, so that's gonna be kind of like a targeted scrap.
yeah.
Go-
I'm figuring like my whole thing is literally just to assist Tony with like scrapping with the butcher to try to
Okay,
like
so
get him a little
you're shouting
bit.
that out, but you're just assisting him.
Yeah, just by kind of hanging on his apron and trying to like
Great.
keep him from being able to fight us.
Okay. Do you guys want to do this assist first, or do you want to throw your rock first?
Either way.
Throw your
You want me to
rock.
throw the rock?
Rock first.
All right. Let's see. So it's at a. Oh, it's actually at a 5th grade level because I'm using a weapon,
Oh, yep.
and it's 5. It would be 5 wounds.
Okay. Cool. Oh, good.
No, don't say that.
No, it was good for you guys. You nail him really strong in the back of the head,
Ooh.
and he like goes down to one knee
Ooh.
with
That was a good
with
rock.
that rock.
I know how to hide and throw things.
Greta with a rock to the head.
All right, now Tony,
Yes.
Penelope has jumped up on the butcher's back.
Mm-hmm.
She's sort of trying to strangle him with his shirt on there.
Mm-hmm.
She's yelling, "Get the cleaver out of his hand!" So, you said you were going to make a scrap roll
Yes.
in order to try and do that.
Yes. And then I also have gang up, which I get +2 dice when a kid assists you with a scrap.
Okay. So instead of 1 die, you get 2 dice.
Actually, instead of 2 dice, I get 4 dice.
Based
right?
off of what?
Well, because I'm
So
scrapping.
Normally, oh, that's true, because scrap is
scrap
your.
I get-
you're right.
I
You
get
get 4
2.
dice on that. Wow.
That's why I mentioned it.
Oh, good job. Good job.
That's
Rigged.
what the plan was.
Yeah. Come on, give me at least. I get no 6s. Damn it. Bless it.
Well, you've got a bunch of rerolls on the table if you
Yeah,
want.
it's time
Ooh,
to use
yeah,
them.
it's worth it.
Let's give this a shot. I already split it.
Get out. See.
Nice.
1. I got 1 reroll.
Okay.
Okay, so it's at a 6th grade level.
Okay. Let me roll his resistance here.
Thank you.
You are able to pry the cleaver out of his hand,
Excellent.
but give me a luck check. And you need a success.
That is a success? Or are we at a
No, I'm
disadvantage?
sorry. What you need a boost. You
Oh.
need to be a second. You
Yeah,
need to be a
that's-
2nd grade level.
Do I,
Mm-hmm.
If what's happening is you're wrestling that out of his hand, you want to make sure that the blade part of it doesn't.
Oh, you don't
Doesn't
want to
connect
cut
with you.
yourself. Right. Oh!
Okay, keep going. Nice use of a reroll.
Oh!
All right.
3rd grade.
What?
Okay, 3rd grade level.
Nice.
3rd grade level. Excellent.
Yeah! Finally!
Well done. Well done. You,
My luck turns around.
you wrestle it out of his hand. You definitely avoid cutting yourself on the wicked sharp blade.
Excellent.
And as you wrestle it out, it falls to a rock and it cracks. The knife cracks in half.
Wow, that's a terrible blade. You should not be cutting meat with that.
Or rowing a boat with it.
Oh my god.
Probably a
Maybe
little bit
that's why it's
rusty
in
from
such a
rowing.
Yeah,
rowing
what a
the boat.
moron. God.
It wasn't so gently down the stream.
No.
though.
Right.
No.
No.
So and he goes limp.
He just falls down.
And
Does he crush me?
No.
no.
He stops fighting.
Oh,
He
okay.
like just.
I just imagine
like,
he like
all-
slumps actually to like his
Yeah,
his,
all the
like, his
fight
front.
goes out of him
Yeah.
as you get away from him.
And you think this is all you. I just imagine you being like, did I do this?
I'm like still pulling the string. I'm like, ah. Tony comes over and he's like, stop.
We got more
Okay.
stuff to do.
What order do you guys want to go in?
Oh, golly.
Should we go first again?
We know that worked.
So he went limp because the butcher knife was knocked out.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe we should go first again.
Yeah.
And if there's the,
We need to get the candlestick and we need to get the
I'm guessing, is
spatula, the oven.
Is it that or his hat?
I think he has
He's-
like the
he's
bread
wearing an
paddle,
apron.
right?
Oh, he's wearing
No.
an apron. Oh,
It's
sorry.
wearing an
I
apron.
think
Oh.
baker. I think like hat, but
He doesn't have a bread
He doesn't have a
paddle?
toque. He doesn't have a bread paddle.
Oh.
He just has a
Just his
apron with flour.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. I was thinking
Um,
the butcher had the apron. That's probably why
No
that
worries.
was so
Yeah.
confusing.
Yeah.
Okay, since the candlestick maker got knocked to one knee, am I able to like try and throw a rock specifically at his candlestick to try to
Well-
punk it?
Okay, so you want to try and throw the candlestick at?
Oh,
I'm sorry, throw a rock to knock the candlestick out of his hand. Sure, that's going to be harder because it's a small target.
Yeah, I mean, unless I feel like if I hit him again, that he's gonna drop it.
Well, you don't know unless you try.
I just end up killing a man.
Because
That works too, Greta. I mean,
regardless, if you wherever you hit him,
Okay.
Tony's taking a running leap at him. So
Okay,
he's on
but
one knee.
I also still have like an item that may or may not be magical at some point.
Yes,
Can I use it as like a sling to fling the rock?
absolutely.
Ooh, nice.
Salad.
Yeah. So you just want me to go ahead and do a throw roll right
Nope.
now?
You're just going to go ahead and use that windbreaker as a magical rock to a magical
Sling?
delivery device, sling for your rock, and it's going to go ahead and do exactly what you want.
Ooh.
Hit him right in that nerve in the hand that makes him open up, and the candlestick drops to the ground, shatters into 47 pieces. You counted.
I did twice.
On
make
both
sure.
calculators.
On both calculators. And he slumps down, fights out of it.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Now people will
incredible.
notice me until I die in this horrible land.
Now the baker has cornered little Jack Horner, eating his Christmas pie, and they're fighting over the pie right now. They're both grabbing and shaking and pulling back
Somebody
and forth.
get the pie.
Can I run up behind the baker and use my Boy Scouting check to quickly untie these knots of his apron?
I don't see why not.
Okay. Let's try it. I got a 6. All right, so I am untying knots at a 5th grade level.
Okay, you have untied.
Nimbly little fingers.
You have untied both knots because it wasn't just a loop; it was actually knotted at the back too.
Right.
So you get them both.
As any respectable baker
Right,
would
of
have.
course, right, because you want to be able to adjust it.
Yeah.
And you yank the apron off, and he as you do, it like crumbles into dust, and he falls to his knees and has no more fight in him.
Okay. Well, that's taken care of.
I'm just like laying on the beach on my back, exhausted.
I'm kind of like creeping back around from behind the boulder. And I'm just kind of like holding the windbreaker like, she was right.
She was right.
She was right. Not for the reason she thought, but right.
Yeah, it kept me safe. So the jacks all kind of gather around. They, oh, thank you so much. These guys have been a real problem. Like, I don't know what's wrong, but like the adults just don't understand. They're not like, they're barely coherent. They're like automatons. They just do what their thing is. You know, sometimes you get one that's a little bit smarter and a little bit trickier, but for the most part, they're bad news. And thank you so much for all of your help here. But we got to get out of here because the law's coming.
The law?
The law?
And as
There be
Tony
law
like
in this
sits
town?
up in the the law?
and as they say that, you hear just coming over a rise. You hear the clop, clop, clop of a horse.
All the king's horses and all the king's men. Run! Cheese it! It's the cops!
And coming up over the hill is a horse, and on top of the horse is a frog. And it's like a very large frog, and he's very well dressed, like has a coat and a little cravat, and he has a gun and a sword, and comes over the hill and turns to you all and says,
Well now, children, it's time for you to come along. You've been causing quite a ruckus in these Grimlands, and it's time to we have to get you arranged for your court date. Come on, no fighting, no fuss. Follow me.
Court date?
I don't remember this part of Wind in the Willows. We should run.
This isn't any kind of
and
Mr.
you look
Frog
around
I've
and
ever
the
heard
jacks
of.
are gone.
Oh, damn it. I wanted that pie. Scattered.
Scatter!
Yeah. Every man for themselves. I hide.
You hide.
Well, he's looking directly at you, so that's going to be a really
is
tough
he?
hide.
I'm very easy to overlook.
Your Outlander tricks aren't going to work on me. Come along. We have to get to court.
What do you mean court?
I mean court.
These men were attacking us. We were just using self-defense, officer.
The things that have been
Toad.
happening in this land have happened because of you.
What?
These are all your fault. And this is a land of law, and we need to have you go to court and have your day. We're not going to punish you before you've had your day in court.
Run.
All we want to do is go home.
Serpentine.
My mom
we
always
don't
said
want
I'd
to go
go
to
to
court.
juvie.
We just want to go home.
That's all right. Well, that might be in the cards, but we need to get you to court. Come along.
I think home might be euphemism for dead.
Run!
All right, so you guys take off running?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So you start running away from the frog on the horse.
Yep.
Don't
I am looking for places to dive into and hide. Actively trying to
Back
find
on the raft.
All right.
Oh wait, he's a frog. That's not a good idea.
We should get in their tub.
As you're running along the path, it's actually like narrowing out, or not narrowing out, it's like broadening out, and there's no place for you to hide. And as you run, the only thing you see is a building in the distance that gets bigger and bigger, and it's got the colonnades and big dome and white marble and everything like that. And you're pretty sure that's a courthouse.
Oh no.
I get the feeling we don't have a choice on where we're ultimately headed right now.
We got 10 minutes. I'm railroading you
All
guys
right.
just a little bit here.
Oh no, we are running to the courthouse.
That's right, kids. Come on. You're just about ready for your appointment.
And he
Is there a scroll sitting on the steps of this courthouse?
it's just a bill? No.
Yeah.
There isn't just a bill.
This is fairy tales, not schoolhouse rock.
Oh,
Yeah.
dang it.
Specifically nursery rhymes.
Yeah.
All imagination.
Yes. So I'm just gonna twist your arm here, and you guys
Yep,
run.
we're in the
run,
courthouse.
run into the courthouse.
I hide in the courthouse.
As you get close, you see emblazoned over on top of the building. It is it's the Hickory Dock courthouse, and you're just in time to be on the Hickory Dickory docket.
Does the clock go off? And there's
Oh,
Thank you for the follow,
perfect.
Nancy. And excellent timing. If it was a ba-dum-ts, that would only be better for us.
Yes.
But
Is
you-
that the clock the
Lord.
mouse like runs up it at that hour probably?
Yes,
Okay.
the clock is just about to strike 1.
Cool.
But as you go into the courthouse, there is a tribunal there that's ready to judge you, and it is mice. There are 3 of them,
Are they blind?
and they are blind.
Well, justice is.
Yes, exactly, exactly my thought.
I'm really glad I'm not in AP classes.
Yes, children, yes. You are hereby accused of causing a disturbance in the checkerboard kingdoms, in the Grimm lands, and the sentence can be very, very dire. How do you plead? The 3 mice all speak as one.
Who's the coolest one of us?
I think it's probably me.
That's very sad.
Can you get us out of this, Tony?
Oh no. This is.
Well, it's not guilty. Not.
Let's see.
Can we plead insanity?
Can I use a gaming check to see if I can figure out like what this court system is, like what their like laws might be that they think that we've violated?
Sure. You haven't been here long enough to quite know what the laws of this
Like
land
maybe
are, but
I've like noticed, I don't know, like paintings or plaques or something on the wall as we've come in that might give me a hint as to like what they think we've done and what we deserve.
yeah, you bet.
Maybe. All right. 5th grade.
Okay, fifth grade gaming. And what are you going to do with this knowledge?
Try to use that to argue our plea with the mice.
Okay, so well,
Just so that I know like what they think we
what
did.
you can tell about this area is that they do appear to be fairly just. It doesn't look like it's a kangaroo court. It's obviously a
Okay.
mouse court.
Right.
Is it a kangaroo mouse?
Maybe.
Kangaroos are absolutely marsupials.
Yes.
They're not rodents. So.
Or mammals, yes.
There are
So,
kangaroos.
so you think you
know.
might be able to get a fair shake if you can argue your case, but you'd probably need to obey the laws of the court and plead innocent or guilty, and then argue your case or trust sentencing. You might be able to request counsel. They might provide that, but you're not sure. So you've got a couple of ideas on how you might be able to proceed, but you're probably going to have to play along with them. And worst case scenario, they're mice.
Yeah. Guys, I think we just have to say innocent.
Yeah, because we are.
I think we just have to explain. I think these mice are going to be, they're blind. They're like blind like justice, like we learned in, civics class. I think it's going to be okay.
Okay.
If not, I guess we just beat them up too.
Okay, so I'm gonna step forward and
Yes, defendants, how do you plead?
Mr. Mices, we ended up here. All we did today was get on the bus to go to school, and when we got off the bus, we just ended up here, and we were scared and didn't know what to do. People here actually, attacked us, and we're just trying to find a way home. So we plead innocent in that we were just defending ourselves.
Yeah. Good
So
job,
innocent in self-defense.
All right, go ahead and give us a cool check.
Can I assist him by relaying the information that I learned from my thing?
Yeah, you can provide
you
an
a
assist
dice?
die.
Nice.
So that is at a 4th grade.
All right.
Cool.
We hear your plea and understand that there are perhaps extenuating circumstances, but let us make sure that we've heard your story. You were on a magic school bus and when you stepped off of the bus, you came to the Grimlands, and then you have only been trying to find your way home. Is this correct?
Yes.
And
But
not
in
die.
the course of your adventures, you have destroyed London Bridge. You have frightened away Miss Muffet. You have assaulted and made deranged the butcher, the baker, and the candlestick maker,
They're already
in
deranged.
there,
People.
and have caused all of our lands to go into chaos, responding to your imagination. Is this correct?
No.
I think that's a gross exaggeration of what happened.
It's a bit of hyperbole, if you ask me.
They nod and go like,
I love the variation in the intelligence of the. No. Just no. Absolutely not.
what evidence do you have to support your version of the story?
Well, there was a spider we talked to. If we could find him. Oh, I have been drawing some of the things along the way, and this is what attacked us when we first came to the bridge.
They can't
So-
see it.
You're blind, but I'm going to paint you a word picture.
So as you pull it out,
You
as
were
you pull it out,
But there's got to be somebody
there's-
around sees
there's
stuff.
someone goes, a picture book, a picture book, a picture book, a picture book, a picture book. And all around the gallery where all the mice are there, the picture up, show us, pass it around, hold it up, hold it up.
Would you like me to paint you a word picture?
Oh, the fair lady. Oh, the fair lady. attacked
She was on the bridge, and she was
Can I-
taking rocks and throwing them, and that's really why the
Can
bridge
I
was
stop
destroyed.
holding it up?
That's very interesting. How about the rest of your misadventures?
That's a different show on Saving Throw.
And then
Sorry, I couldn't.
next picture is what Tuffet the spider. What's the next picture that you
Tuffet.
drew?
It probably would have been the spider.
Yeah, because I think you've drawn all of these.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we
Yeah,
met
like
Mr.
I've been hiding and sketching. So.
we met Mr. Spider. He could probably even come in here and tell you. He was saving us from Miss Tuffet. She was trying to eat us, and or Miss Muffet and her Tuffets were trying to eat us.
Tuffets almost ate me.
They almost ate Tony.
Oh, so you hold up the picture of the spider?
Yeah.
Oh, the
He's got a little arrow pointing that says "does not suck." Also, butt rope.
Yeah,
Three
he helped us
butt
with
rubs.
his butt. You could probably call him for a character witness.
I believe it's a spinneret, not a butt.
But it's
But yes,
kind
good,
of his
good,
butt.
good point. Good point.
You could call him as a character witness.
And anything else? How about the last and most serious altercations
Yeah.
that happened on the lands of Hickory Dickory itself?
Yeah. It's the butcher, the baker, and the candlestick maker, and they all have really mean faces.
Well, you see, they were already attacking some kids, and we just intervened because we were worried for their safety.
Oh, the jacks. Very well. We need a moment for deliberation. The petitioners will not leave the courtroom. We will return momentarily. And they go out through a tiny little mouse door. And they're gone for about 5 minutes. In the meantime, there's muttering all around and all the other mice. And then they come back and they say, "We, the judges of Hickory Dickory, have determined that the defendants are guilty of the crimes in which they're accused, but with extenuating circumstances. And as such,
Extenuating
they
is
shall
good.
be exiled from the Grimlands from now until the end of time.
I think this is good.
So we just get to go home?
Sentence is to be executed immediately.
Wait, what?
Wait a
And a
minute.
hole opens up and you slide through. And dump off of the step of the bus. And you're on the schoolyard.
Tony throws up immediately.
And you,
Is it just
and you
in time
see-
for first period?
And you see all the other kids like 20 yards in front of you heading into the building, and the bus driver going, "Well, what are you kids waiting for? Come on."
Sorry, Mr. G. What the heck?
Are you guys still gonna keep talking to me after this?
Maybe. Guys, I don't really know what happened, but I mean, one thing's kind of obvious, and I think that we're friends now.
Tony throws up again.
The end.
The end.
Fade out.
Wipe the end question mark. So that was Grimm. I hope you all enjoyed the show. I do want to appreciate everyone who contributed and put little bonuses into the episode.
That was so
some
clever
magic,
and creative.
and
That was
Yeah,
so
that was
fun.
That was
so
super
much
fun.
fun.
I'm so glad that you guys picked up on the stuff. So that was
Yeah.
also fun.
That was half the fun, was guessing which nursery rhyme it was.
Yeah, that all started because I made this dumb joke in my head about the Hickory Dickory Docket, and then I had to construct all of the other things just to lead there at the end.
Backwards
But
engineered it all.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Incredible.
Love it.
And the Three Mice and Justice is Blind.
Yes, I kept getting like these little interesting crossovers
Yeah.
with Jack be Nibble, Jack be Quick, and then the Butcher, the Baker, and the Candlestick Maker. So yeah,
It's amazing how
That was
well
awesome.
I linked
that
everything together.
It was
on
good.
that.
It was so fun.
I hope you guys
Yeah.
had a good time.
Yeah.
I hope
Absolutely.
everyone out there watching had a
Yeah.
good time. And now is the time where we pimp any other shows or social media that we're on. Jack.
Yeah. Hi. You can follow me on Twitter, Jackson Alexander. The A in Alexander is the only vowel. You can follow me on Instagram. It's Steak Me Home Tonight. Steak like the food. And I run Hamilton's LA, which is a Hamilton sing-along group. We are gearing up for hopefully a new event. We have things happening, and I also produce a show that is happening on June 18th on Father's Day at IO West here in Los Angeles, called Mike Pence's Big Queer Nightmare. It's it's all LGBTQ producers, directors, performers, writers doing sketch comedy. So
Nice.
10:30 on June 18th.
Fantastic.
Check it
Cool.
out.
Over this side of the table, Kelsey.
Oh, okay. You guys can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Kelsey Kelsum. And I'm also going to be back here on Thursday for Never Tell Me the Odds.
Woo!
Episode 8, Part 3 of the Star Wars edition.
Very cool. Very cool.
So tune in Thursdays, 8 o'clock Pacific time.
All right, and Mac.
You can follow me on social media pretty much everywhere as @StrangeLikeThat, and you can also tune back in on Saturday at 12:30 where I run Phoenix Dawn Command, a game where you level up by dying. Things are heating up in more ways than one. We've gotten some interesting fan art, so tune in.
Excellent. Excellent. Dom, do we have a Tuesday show with Tom?
Yeah.
Nothing? Okay.
Disorganized Play.
So we do have Disorganized Play tomorrow. I don't know the time on that, but please take a look at our calendar and tune in. 12 o'clock?
Yeah. 12 or
12 to 2 or something
Yeah.
along that nature. And on Wednesday we have...
Iron Keep.
Oh, right. The Iron Keep Chronicles, also with Tom Lommel. And then I believe on Thursday we also have, as mentioned before...
And
Yeah.
Yep, two shows
Disorganized
on
Play, Never Tell
Thursday.
The Odds. And Friday this week is not the finale, but is bringing into Wild Cards, our Savage
It is-
World Deadlands
It is the
game.
season finale.
Ooh.
It is.
2 extra episodes after.
Oh, okay. I got confused. Oh, okay. I got confused. I thought next week was the season finale, but I'm off a week. Hey guys, I'm time warped a week. In any case, yes, tune in for the season finale of Wild Cards on Friday night, and then on Saturday, please join us for Phoenix Dawn Command, as previously mentioned. And any other questions, any other comments, you can go to our pages, and no one will reply to anything, but you can take a look and hang out in our chat and ask us questions, and we won't answer those either.
Yeah.
But until then, see you later. Have a good night, and keep gaming.
Bye.
Bye.